Okay.
Wow. That's true. He's alive and well.
Oh, yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, well, it sure is. It sure is, buddy.
Whew. Oh, well, sorry for the brief delay getting on. Chris and I are finalizing our strategy for the Skeens debut patch auto bid that we're going to get in here shortly. We thought we would do some sort of collection from all our Blabbin viewers, see if we all pitch in enough.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Jeff, like, we don't each need a house to live in. Like,
Right.
Your wife, your kids, and my wife, we could all make one house work, plus the Paul Skeens card. I think we could make this work.
I think we could too.
Oh, Big Papa, yeah.
Trivia winner. This isn't in the show budget, Brian, sadly. I mean, you can bid yourself, but we just can't pay for it.
I know. Respected Lee says, what if everyone puts in $50K? And I like to think that would give us a pretty good shot.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be a lot of IOUs, though. Except maybe I'm sure Filmington would absolutely he'd cover his portion for sure.
Filmington, how much are you good for on the Skeens?
Oh man, that's going to go long. Does it end tonight, Jeff? Is that what I'm understanding? It's going to go long, right? That extended bidding is just going to drag on.
Probably. I mean, there's just you get into some pretty thin air when you get up to that amount. I'm not sure, but as long as there's two people willing to pay an exorbitant amount, you could keep going.
There's going to be more than two for sure.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, that's not on our. Gregory's got a bid in at 880,000. Congratulations.
Okay. I know Will Z is a pretty aggressive card buyer. Sometimes he's here. Maybe he might take a run at it. By the way, I said a couple weeks ago that my wife and I are on this cut, so I'm really limiting the alcohol for the day.
Day.
Outside of a pretty bold lunch I had with Jeff and his dad, I'm definitely I've saved some room.
Excellent. Look at there it is. Is that a new bottle?
It's a brand new bottle at Costco today. They didn't have egg whites, but they sure as hell had Maker's Mark.
That's a sign. That's a sign.
It's meant to be. But I worked this into my macros, Jeff. I have the calories for it.
Filmington, Skeens is the friggin' deal. I may consider throwing a bid in there. I wonder what this sale means for the hobby, if anything. Well, it's going to make news for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's attention, right? Attention is good. People
talk about it. With a drinking suggestion here. Cut it with some lemon.
Yeah, I'll even take a quick side story today. Our dog is about 18 years old. She's battling dementia. Dogs are not meant to live this long. So like her body continues, but her brain barely functions. Anyway, she fell in our pool today.
What?
While my wife was like trying to trim this lemon tree that we have. So my wife had to dive in to get her because she's pretty dense. The dog.
Your wife?
Yeah, well, the wife was dense for letting the dog be around the pool. Anyway. So the dog is alive. She survived. She's been hacking up pool water for the better part of the afternoon and evening. But my wife wanted me to show you guys one of the lemons she plucked. Our lemon tree is insane. And what is this?
Ooh, it looks kind of like I don't know, like a villain from
Lord of the Rings. It looks like a tooth. I see maybe a tooth is what I see here. But yeah, this looks like maybe a face hugger as well.
Yeah.
But it's our trivia prize tonight. I will send you this lemon if.
Excellent. Now that's on that note. Shout out to Stephanie who joined us last week with some great trivia prizes. That was a lot of fun, Chris.
Yeah, that was great. We can't compete with fresh hobby boxes, but our trivia winners today will get a nice Jackson Merrill rookie lot at a Stadium Club. We got a red foil, we got a chrome, I got a base card. Maybe we'll send some other Stadium Club goodies with it.
Yeah,
but yeah, SFO Sox fan, you're not kidding.
Yeah, good lemons out here. We've got a lemon tree in our yard too, and the lemons are huge. I'll try to get one next time. They're huge, but then when you cut them open, the rind is like a good 3/4 of an inch thick. Yeah,
I'm not trying to like mess with the perspective here. This is close to the size of my head. But yeah, like Jeff is saying, there's very little meat in these gym mats.
You crack it open, yeah.
That way.
Yeah. All right. So we've got a lot to talk about tonight. Officially, baseball season has started, Chris. I didn't watch any of the games. I'm not sure if you did. Disappointing that both Betts and Freeman missed games.
Of course.
It's, and I don't know. I don't know what to make of. I like getting an early taste of baseball season, but then it kind of leaves a dead spot for too long of a time before the real season starts, which throws kinks into both the fantasy baseball fan perspective and the regular baseball fan perspective.
Oh, I love this gap, Jeff, because in between the games we open up in, it was Korea last year, Tokyo this year, and opening day, I get to just watch my newly drafted fantasy teams just one by one, just fall like dominoes. Like we got Jared Jones yesterday. I'm sure we'll get the news today that it's bad. Blacksmith breaks. This is concerning. Jeff and I mean, obviously recently picked up a nice bet, so this was bound to happen. Some kind of like Japanese flu, or he might have the my neighbor actually is also down about 15 pounds the last few weeks. He had the neurovirus, he said, and he couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, and the difference is it's not like hearing Dan Vogelbach drop 15 pounds being sick. I mean, Mookie's not a big guy to begin with.
No.
Yeah.
So that is concerning. And there was a video. We were watching MLB Network, which, by the way, is, while I love the baseball content, the incessant BS optimism that they just can't be honest about stuff, and it's infuriating. How many times can Anthony Recker say that Chris Bryant is going to have a career season before you just lose all journalistic integrity? But anyway, they were talking. They showed video of the Dodgers taking BP in Tokyo, and in Tokyo they sold tickets to batting practice, and people were like cheering home runs and getting really into it. And so Freeman was trying to hit home runs in batting practice. He and Max Muncy, I guess, were just like kind of challenging each other, and then sure enough, Freeman has exacerbated or re-injured his rib that he hurt last year before the playoffs. So I'm not thrilled about that. I can't imagine he'll ever do that again.
I mean, this seems like a Fernando Tatis decision. This is like a motorbike in the offseason decision. Here you're right before opening day, and you're going to try to rip home runs.
Yeah, very, very frustrating. And they kept cutting to him in the dugout. I watched the first game live. They kept cutting to him in the dugout, and he was just steaming. Like, just absolutely furious. Like, there's no one out there who hates not being able to play more than Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, and for him to do it to himself, it's not like a freak injury running the bases in a game or something. That's
right.
Yeah. We've got some tough competition. There's some good March Madness games going on. Last I looked, Arkansas and Kansas were close, but I don't know if that game's done or not. The Wisconsin Badgers pulled off a nice victory earlier today, and my Marquette Golden Eagles play tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so Will Z did chime in. He's not going to be bidding. He was our only hope for a Blabbin viewer in our little family to go after that card. But
not buying it. Maybe he's just trying to throw us off the scent, so we're not.
Oh my God! Jeff and I obviously not bidding on that, but this show would just be us panicked and trying to lie about it, because if our wives found out, we would be in extreme trouble. But yeah,
and it's against the Bucks. So the Bucks play the Lakers without Luka and LeBron. They might get a win. Side note, I'm going to my first ever Lakers game this weekend with my wife. Of course, she gets invited. And no LeBron, but I'm hoping that Luka, by sitting out tonight, he'll play Saturday. So at least I get to see some star power against the Bulls.
To answer SFO Sox fans' question, I don't think we're bidding on anything that's ending tonight, as far as I know. I feel like I think we would have talked about it.
Your wallet is going to find out pretty soon.
Yeah, my one of our credit cards is going to know real quick, and it's going to be painful. So
what gold Ohtani is it that he's talking about?
I assume a refract. Oh, the isn't the 1010 dual auto? Is that what it is? Because I saw Fanatics posted a thing about it today. So I'm guessing that it's hold on.
Gregory, here's a man after your own heart, Chris. There's sports other than baseball. Chris, until today, he did not know the NCAA tournament was starting.
I did not know it started today.
Hitting image 10 of 10.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, the Bowman.
Yeah, they posted about it today. I thought, right? Was I imagining this? It's possible.
Creator says Bowman Chrome Gold Refractor Rookie Auto DNA 10. Oh man, that's a little out of our price range. Also,
it is. There, I saw Fanatics posted. They had a whole thing up today on their Instagram, just all about really just pumping. You almost have to respect their efforts to pump this one.
Well, they're competing against
right
well, wait, is the Skeens Auto's in there, isn't it? So
yeah, Skeens Auto is in there. But yeah, so this 10 out of 10 is ending tonight. I mean, it doesn't get much better looking than this card. I gotta
when
be
the
honest.
grade is king. An interesting tagline there. When the grade is king. Okay.
I mean, I didn't like. I think an authentic copy of this card sold for 6 figures recently, so I cannot imagine what a 10 out of 10 is going to end at. It was sitting. I guess it was sitting at 90K 9 hours ago. We should pull this up so we can kind of.
And Curator says there's BGS 9.5 also.
Well, that seems silly.
This card.
Yeah, I don't know why they would put them both.
Yeah, both on Fanatics Collect. That's crazy. So
yeah,
Kane's Lens,
you got correct.
A FOMO buy a 2020 Stadium Club Chrome Otani SP.
SP.
Either Stadium Club SP or just the Stadium Club Chrome Otani with the batting image, which is a great image, even if it's not SP.
All right, so here we can. Here's where we are. Here's where we stand currently with 45 minutes to go.
Okay.
A cool $140,000.
Well, so you could buy at the current prices, you could buy what, about 5 of those for the price of the Skeens?
I'll be honest, guys. I'm going to tell you, I'd rather have this Otani than that Paul Skeens card.
Same.
I don't think it's even close. Like, not even close for me. J Marble's right though. Hold on, let me pull up the other one.
The BGS 9.5 is for those who can't afford the 10 grade. All right. Oh, look at what a bargain. Hey, now we're talking.
I mean, that's like, it's a pure gem plus. I got a 10 on edges. So, I mean, you know, you win this for maybe like 80 grand and then you spend another 10 to cross it over. And you know, you're in the black
by a lot.
Yeah. Assuming PSA will cross it for you. But as we know, Jeff, it's not as easy.
Well, you probably have to do it a couple times. Give it a couple times. Factor that into the budget, right?
Oh yeah.
And thanks for joining the live show, despite the fact that we're up against March Madness.
We're up against March Madness and these auctions, Jeff.
Right, which there's a huge crossover with our audience in this particular premiere auction.
I mean, it's certainly worth watching, even if you're not bidding.
Lucas, yes, our friend Scotty B Cards is aboard the Otani train. Glad he is. I think he wishes he had gotten aboard earlier, and maybe he's still looking to double down. That's the thing. Once you get on the train, Jeff. Once you get on the train, you start seeing him hit bombs, score runs. This is a beautiful card. I gotta say, like, there's the jersey match here. This is not the auto looks really bold. Yeah, and as we've talked about on Spitball, and maybe not here, but with the one of one, the Superfractor being doctored and all sorts of trouble with that. This is really kind of his best card, right? His reds. Yeah, this is the only, I believe, what's that guy's name? It's like Real 27. That guy that puts out the stories and the reels. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I should give him a proper shout out. Hold on. But yeah, he did a whole story about this Soto. And yeah, this is the only one graded, I believe. Real 27 guy. That's him. Real 27 guy. That's right. We put out a reel, and I believe he said in the reel, like, because the super is altered, both I think the edge and the auto has been wiped. And this is the only red that's been slabbed. This is potentially, you can make an argument, this is Soto's best card. This is the only one that's been slabbed by any grading company? That's what he said in the video, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, well, ATL Jeff Black basically saying the same thing with we don't know if the super's ever going to even be up for bids again. Yeah. And even if it is, it's altered. Yeah. So there's people that won't ever go after that. It's the Soto Orange too, apparently. Yeah, if you can't, if you feel like dipping your toe in the Soto waters, maybe just the 50 grand orange is the way to go. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'd rather have the altered super than the red. I'm just saying. It's still a super. What about this red or the Skeens? The red. Yeah. I mean, if we're having it, if we're being logical, we'll get the Skeens, sell it, and then buy all of these. But yes, if you had to keep one, I would rather have this one.
I would go the Soto Gold, the Ohtani Gold, the Soto Red, and then Skeens. I just feel like in terms of safeness, and again, we're just playing with imaginary money here, Jeff. But like, I mean, Skeens could just blow his shoulder out next week, and
that's got to be a short-term purchase. That can't be a long-term buy. I'm not sure, Curator. If Filmington's here, this would be right in his wheelhouse. If the Sotos were redemptions or live, if they were redemptions, that makes it more likely that we'll never see any of the other Reds.
That's right. That's part of the reason why that gold Ohtani is so great, because we're not going to see whatever has been redeemed is redeemed.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know how many have been.
Right.
I just have to say, though, that this makes me a little sad, because this reminds me of the most recent crossover attempt. I had a Soto refractor. So I can't play in these red and orange waters, but I do have the refractor of this card, which is a really beautiful card. I picked it up. It was a True Gem Plus, and I tried to cross it over to PSA, and they said no and took my $200.
They said no, and one thing we actually, Jeff and I went over 2 in our attempted crossovers, but like at the price point, we did get notes, and people always say like they want the grader notes. I will tell you, when you get the grader's notes for a grade you're upset about, it'll only piss you off more.
True.
Got one card we tried to cross. They're like, oh, dimple on the front, and it's like 1/16 of a dimple. Like we found it angling the card for about 3 minutes, but get the hell out of here. Like, anyway, sorry, I'm going to start to get angry again.
It's exactly it. And mine just said, back right corner.
Sorry. Michael Stone, I would take any Ohtani auto in a PSA 9, like without hesitation. Give me an 8. Give me a damage 6 that someone else doesn't want.
John, this is an important point. I'd like to bring this up because, in fact, this did enter the conversation that Chris and I were having with Scott today. No one wants to talk about Shohei's injury history, don't want to jinx it. And Scott said one of the reasons he was shying away from maybe trading a more established vintage type card for an Ohtani was that he was worried one injury could take the hype away. And I had said, for Ohtani, it's been at least 2, right? We had the full season out early in his career. And then we had this brace procedure to take him out of pitching. And then he had a couple other small injury scares. So the hype train just keeps rolling. I think Ohtani is hard to compare to anybody else in the history of the hobby.
Yeah, dude, he played 3 World Series games with a separated shoulder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how long his body is going to last. I really don't.
I don't either.
None of us do.
I don't either, but all the stuff he's done has already cemented himself as a huge worldwide fan favorite, and his demand is crazy. Will it go down if he's hurt and doesn't play ever again? Yes. But I guess you have to take into account what the likelihood of that is.
That's right. By the way, A. Plumberman, totally agree. The extension of the redemption extension. This is fun to say. I'm a huge fan. I think it's great.
Yep.
And Z-Dot asks, Jeff, what do they do with a card like this that doesn't get redeemed?
Which is currently a very testy question, because according to their rules, it just becomes their property, which is really unfair. And I believe it's illegal, because the people that are buying the boxes are promised that might be a chance in the box. And so they've started to give some of them away. And there was even some talk of them putting them in other products. So I don't think that's going to...
They'd be really playing with fire by putting Ohtani rookie autos and other products. I know they put a couple base in those silver packs in 2022. Sure did.
And they put like Harper rookie autos.
Yeah. And then they did that white box redemption thing at the National last year.
Yes.
But I don't remember seeing any Otanis come out of there. I feel like it would have been news. Some Devers for sure, but
there's some talk about the crossing over. Yeah, correct. So what it is you send it in, and I believe somebody's been explaining this in the comments, but you drop off it in the particular holder. You tell what minimum grade you would like to receive. If it does not reach that grade, they take your money, they send it back to you in a slab. If it does reach that minimum grade, they'll crack it and put it in their new slab and take their money. So they take their money either way. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not an easy decision to make if you're going to crack it out or if you're going to submit it. Chris and I usually have done pretty well on the Chrome cards. That's why I had high hopes for these ones. Less so on the paper cards, but with subgrades where it's all 9.5s and 10s, it's hard to justify because that still is worth more in the hobby than a PSA 9. Now, eventually it might get to the point where a BGS 9.5, no matter what the subgrades are, is not worth what a PSA 9 is. And at that point, then you might as well crack it out and send it in. But there's still the chance you could get the random PSA 8. So you're taking your chance.
Yeah, you just never know. You never know. It's hard to I mean, people don't trust a lot of grading, but you just never know what you're going to find when you get the card out of that inner BGS sleeve because you really can't see through very well.
And they don't like to give any. Yes. Here's Cardboard Showcase. Yes, Here's a perfect example. So we dropped off 3 cards, two regrade or 2 crossovers and 1 grades. And Cardboard Showcase dropped off 11 crossover attempts and went 1 for 11. And they take the money, and you have to pay at what the level it is. So if it's an expensive card, you might be paying $500 for them to say no.
Yeah, if you tried to cross over the BGS Gold Otani here, I don't know what I would imagine it's going to be like between at least $5,000 to have them look at it.
Yeah. Yep.
And if it crosses, that's great. But if it doesn't, I mean, you've just thrown $5,000 away. But if you can afford the $85,000 card, I guess.
Wilsey, which Gold Otani do you mean? Sure is tempting to try and cross. It would be a kick to the nads not to get it through. Yes. But the bigger kick, if you have a True Gem or True Gem Plus, is if you'd crack it out and send it and then get a much lower grade, at least for now, as I was saying, with value. Can you cover up the grade on the card when you send it in? I love this. No, ATL Jeff Black. I wish you could.
And anecdotal, I don't think we've known. Maybe Cardboard Showcase has an example, but a friend of ours.
Oh my gosh, same one. He says, Chris. So that's why he's not going after some of these cards. He's got this one.
My goodness gracious. Well, if you ever want to trade it for some Freddie Freemans, we don't know. I've not seen or an example of a friend of ours that tried to cross over a BGS slab with a 9 subgrade anywhere and was able to cross it to a PSA 10. So I feel like when they see that 9, they're just like immediately no. Like Jake tried that one judge. They denied the crossover. We cracked it for him, subbed it, and then it came back at 10.
Yes,
but they wouldn't do it with
if you have
a
9 subgrade on there. I would not do it. No chance.
No.
Curator, when crossing over and choosing a targeted PSA grade, what are you basing that on? Recent comps, pop, all history comps. What do you mean basing if we should do that or not? I guess, well, 2 things. One, both Chris and I like to have our cards in the same slab if possible. So that's a bonus for having it with PSA. But usually, and more important, it is resale value.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would look at what a BGS 9.5 goes for. And I have a couple BGS 9.5 Bowman first autos, one of Vlad, and one actually I just sold of Soto that I've considered cracking out and subbing in because a min gem BGS is almost equivalent in value to a PSA 9.
Wilsey, I have questions. I don't want to put you on the spot here. I'll message you, but I'm curious when you bought this gold card and what you paid for it. But please don't feel obligated to put that in the chat. I'll message you. I'm just curious, like, what kind of percentage increase we're seeing on Otani stuff these days, because it feels like the hype train is moving pretty hard right now.
Yeah.
Joel Rodriguez, thanks for the nice words, and thanks for joining us live. Appreciate that.
From San Diego. Appreciate that. Thanks, Joel. John, they can grade a slab, but that's what makes it dicey because, like Chris said, a BGS case, you have the case itself, then you have an inner sleeve before you get the card. So there's already 2 layers of plastic that they have to see through. So unless they're really confident in it, they won't do it. At least that's the company line. So yes, it's a inefficient science. Let's just say that.
And there is always that awful worst case scenario, Jeff, where like they your card in the slab looks perfect, and they're like, "Yep, we're crossing it," and they break it out, and there's a huge scratch that they couldn't see, and BGS didn't see, and all of a sudden now they're not gonna cross it over.
Yes, and they reserve that right. That's in the small print.
Yep.
That's in the small print.
They'll just send you back a raw card.
Just as a reminder, Cardboard Showcase, it wasn't like he was trying to cross over some BGS 8s to PSA 10s. They were all True Gem or True Gem Plus or SGC 10s, and he went 1 for 11. So I think, anecdotally at least, they're getting tighter, right?
They are. We've seen some nightmare subs from a lot of our Instagram card friends, and the gem rates have plummeted, or even the expected result rate.
Yeah, expected.
I prefer that to gem rate. Has definitely seems to have plummeted. We did get our grades back on. We dropped off a 37 card sub for a friend of ours in the middle of January. We got the grades back a couple days ago, and he did great.
Really good.
We kind of discussed it with him across the board. I think he did a little bit better overall than he was expecting, which was a huge relief. And it makes us feel like maybe it was just January was really bad for the grading. I don't know. We'll see. As the year goes on, we'll get more and more results in from other people, and we'll see. But hopefully PSA has kind of righted the ship a little bit.
SFO Sox fan, yes, this is absolutely true. It's based on how PSA is viewed now. The resale value is now. So if it's not a long-term hold, you are taking that chance that PSA gets passed up by another grading company. That's definitely
that's a long way to go, though.
It is.
It's not impossible, but long way to go. I mean, at one point Beckett was this far out in front too, and look what happened. So John, Jeff, have you John has asked a couple of times, have we seen any videos of PSA cracking their own slabs?
No.
But I think the process you use is the sort of customary process, right?
I would think so, unless they try to saw it. But as we've seen with band saws, the problem is the melting plastic. So I would assume they just crack it the old-fashioned way. And sometimes cards do get injured in cracking too. That's another risk you have to take, but that's in the small print as well. And if it is insured, so they'll pay you the difference. If they ruin a gem and now it's got a bad corner, it becomes a 7, they'll pay you the difference. But it's another risk.
So I'll get to the comment. Michael Stone here says he has a guy that goes to shows with him, 75% cracking or crossing SGC 9.5s. That's a really interesting grade.
Yeah.
So I purchased an Acuna second year Bowman Chrome Gold Refractor in an SGC 9.5. We cracked it. It was dirty, but a wipe down, it looked great, and that one crossed. But we have also had, I want to say, 6 other SGC 9.5s that you and I have shared, and we have looked at, and we're like, they look like PSA 8s.
Big time. And even remember the SGC 10 we cracked and tried to cross over and did not come back. So SGC has a lot of their own consistency issues. So if he's batting 75%, that's great. That's really good. And I'm sure he looks very closely at the SGC 9.5s that he does decide to crack out, because like Chris said, we've seen a lot of garbage in those 9.5 slabs.
Yeah, I mean, PSA used to get flack for being lenient on centering. SGC, in our experience, was getting flack for being very lenient on surface issues. But, I think, again, it's just whatever the person sees on that day.
This is another issue we've talked about here on the show. Blacksmith Breaks picked up a 2021 Shohei Dynasty 4-color patch, which sounds awesome. Blacksmith, are you on Instagram? I'd love to see that. How do you justify putting it in the mail to send a PSA? This is a big concern that Chris and I have, and one of the reasons that we much prefer the drop-off, because then at least it's only going in the mail one way. So for our bigger cards, we typically only do drop-offs now at the West Coast Card Show, Long Beach occasionally. So if there's a show nearby you, I would highly recommend going that route, because at least then
check the PSA site, because they do have lists of events that they're attending, and they're all across the country. We might be getting very fortunate that the Burbank shop may have PSA there on a permanent basis, where fingers are crossed for that.
Or at least a regular scheduled visit. Maybe they're there every week, bringing cards back, taking cards in. Rob was teasing that a little bit, so I'm hoping that happens. But you're right.
Sorry, Joe. I just want to say, but also, if your Shohei Ohtani Dynasty 4-color patch is in the original Dynasty 1-touch.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I would just leave it right there. I don't really think you gain anything by grading Dynasty cards.
Excellent point. Thank you for mentioning that. Yes.
I mean, the grade doesn't matter. The patch color, how the patch looks, and how the auto looks, those are the most important things on those cards. I don't think I would risk it.
there's a lot of dynasty collectors that would tell you they'd rather have it in there than in any slab. So
totally.
Good point.
And PSA hates those thick cards anyway, for the most part.
Old grade has to influence the new grader. Absolutely. That's why at worst, you got to send the best of the best. So they feel like it'd be reasonable to cross it over. But I tried it the other way. This was very early on in my IG. I don't even know.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
We may have talked about it on an early IG live or one of our old videos. You could find it on my page if you scroll back far enough. But I submitted 11 cards to BGS for their review, and they were all PSA 9s. There was one PSA 8, a thick Giannis rookie auto, and so I did their graded card review, which called GCR, and wanted put the minimum grade that I was looking for, usually like a gem mint, like a 9.5. And out of those 11, Chris, I crossed over 0.
I remember it was a bloodbath.
Yep. So I paid all that money. So the old grade has to influence the new grader. They probably thought, well, it's a PSA 9. We can't give it a 9.5. And they get their money anyway. So I don't know. I don't know the best thing. It's hard to do. You got to think about it on a case by case basis.
Yep.
Mariners opening day. That's a good way to go. But yeah, it's we're getting some agreement about the dynasty.
All right. Well, that's good.
Keeping it in.
Chris C here just is saying that there are some Otanis left in 18 Bowman. Yes. And the first Bowman design, released the pitching image autos. Those were live. Those are still in those boxes. But in Bowman Chrome, all these hitting images are all these are all redemptions. You still get the refractors, the cool parallels, but
which is really dangerous, Chris, because as someone who likes sealed wax, several times a few years ago, I almost bought 18 Bowman Chrome because they'll still advertise it as Otani being in there, but really it's not. So yeah, if you're looking for sealed wax that you can have a chance to pull live autos out of, you got to go with the regular Bowman product, like Chris said.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can thank our buddy Filmington for that bit of that important bit of advice when you were thinking about buying that box.
Yeah. Doc's cards. He's in Vegas. Gets to listen to Gary V tomorrow night. Is Gary V pumping Pokemon? Pokemon doesn't seem to need any more pumpers, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Save your money, dude. Go see Absinthe. It's hilarious. People are super talented. There's amazing like acrobatics and really body jokes. Don't go see Gary V. Eggs are too expensive to throw at him at this point. So
he might have to see Gary V as part of the seminar. Skip out. Thomas, this was talked about. We even had talked about this earlier. I just think it would infuriate so many of the people who own the redemptions for those cards, who bought the boxes, expecting those to be in there, and for Topps just to take ownership of them. It's a bad look. It's a bad look. So I don't think it's a bad look.
We hated it. I hated it when they did that white box thing. I hated them showing up in those silver packs in 2022. If the redemption window is closed, those cards are done. They should I want them sealed away like the Ark of the Covenant and Raiders of the Lost Ark. They're gone. They should honestly just throw them into a fire. Like they weren't.
Yes.
They're out of commission. They will never enter the hobby. That's how I feel like
destroyed.
It should be.
They should all be destroyed, as you say in Jurassic Park.
Yes, they should all be destroyed. Excellent Jurassic Park quote, of course. Jared F says they shouldn't have an expiration date, and they changed that. Thankfully, after Fanatics took over, they extended it for 10 years.
I mean, it's still an expiration date, but 10 years, I mean, we don't even know if the world's going to be around in 10 years. So I think 10 years is a good enough runway.
I think so too.
Oh, I like this. This is a good idea. Stamp them on the back, give them to the ball club to display. It'd be fun to see those at stadiums. I like that idea, Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, there's goodness knows, what else is the Seattle ballpark going to display, Jeff? Maybe some cool Griffey stuff. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
All right, so as we get going today, it's already been about 35 minutes. I put the link in the chat a couple of times for trivia. We got some Jackson Merrills to give away. Jeff and I are going to get into our predictions, and we want to hear yours as well as we go. I just have a couple quick Instagram cards I want to talk about before we get to that. because there was some Ichiro stuff. John, thank you. Yes, in a brief moment of Maker's Mark induced haze, I did forget that Ichiro existed. but it's got. I remember him now. We're all good. In fact, one of my favorite baseball highlights of the last like 5 years is when he that girl down the right field line, when Ichiro like went to get the foul ball.
Oh,
and she just lost her mind. And then she got to throw out the first pitch to him like a couple years later. I love that stuff. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll find out soon enough if Chris was picking Verdugo for his MVP.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I guys, that broke my brain today. I can't make it make sense. I just cannot come up with a logical reason. A buddy of mine messaged me before I saw it anywhere, and I assumed he was just being sarcastic. But
link, please, again, Chris, if you don't mind throwing the link in there.
Oh, yeah. Let me get it again. While I'm doing that, I'm going to throw up the first Dave's Braves cards. Shared this thing after my own heart today. This card after my own heart. So I'm going to throw this up here. Jeff, you can. It's a box topper, and I think you can see why I like it.
Yeah, he's got a great signature. He does. Signature, and yes, great use of the space.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Dave, that's what these cards are absolutely made for. Dave's Braves cards got this box topper, sent it off to be autographed, and Randy Johnson, of course, took his time and put it right where it should be. Thank you, M. Parsons. Oh, there's an S. Did I forget the S? Is there always an S there, Jeff?
Usually.
Is there?
Or could it be either?
I don't know. You guys let us know if both of those work. Maybe tonight's the night that I learn whether or not we need an S. It's not a secure site, is it? Perfect spot for an auto, JD cards. Yeah. And just like the right color pen, the right placement, everything about this is perfect. I love stuff like every time I see a box topper, I think about where I would put the auto.
Yeah.
All right, Blacksmith breaks. Thanks for sending. We'll take a look. Yeah, so congrats to Dave's Braves cards. That is extremely cool. Kind of on the other end of the collecting spectrum, this came from Kenny's Cards 6. And I just like, whenever I see this, I just want to talk about it. The Soto update, Topps Chrome Gold. Such a clean, beautiful card without that dumb sticker on it.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. We've talked about this before, but I prefer it to the auto.
Mm-hmm.
Case, which is one of the rare cases where a gold rookie auto, you'd rather have the non-auto.
Yeah, it just looks so clean without the sticker on it. Just like a perfectly framed image for a rookie card. Throw the gold and yeah, perfect. All right, we'll move through these pretty quick. This comes from Horde of the Machine. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this guy's account before, but it's nothing but like incredible Topps black cards. So he's got 2 Albert Pujols from 2010, which I know, Jeff, is one of my favorite designs.
Yep.
That just looks awesome.
2 of them.
And the pops on these are so low. No one was grading these early Topps black cards like with PSA. So if you ever find these in the wild and you say to yourself, well, it's all dinged up, just buy it anyway because
doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, especially if future Hall of Famers, some people with great numbers on the all-time totals, Chris.
Yeah. Yes, Albert Pujols, by the way, guys, we'll talk about this later, is second on the all-time RBI list. Second. And only by like 80 RBIs.
So a couple more decent seasons in Anaheim, and he would have been number 1.
We're looking at, that's one of the greatest hitters of all time.
Yeah. And seeing double.
Yeah.
Nice
and
job,
we're absolutely
Kenny.
seeing double. Real John. Yeah, it's amazing. Like the people, a lot of them, I put it up on my story talking about Verdugo, and I got a lot of comments like, well, the Braves maybe depth, they needed someone in case Kelenic stinks again. Kelenic stunk last year. His OPS plus was 87. Verdugo's was 83. So they actually found a left-handed hitting corner outfielder who was worse than Jared Kelenic and threw him on the roster for $1.5 million. I don't get it. I was saying to Jeff, Tim Smith for the re-sign with the Yankees, that lefty reliever for less than that. I'd 1,000,000 times over rather have Tim
Hill.
What?
Hill, you said?
I'm sorry. Tim Hill. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah. I take him 1,000 times over this. This makes no sense to me. But anyway.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Sorry. I'm clicking the Simpsons reference as I always do. Crazy cryptids is seeing double. 4 Krusties. Anyway.
All right.
Respected Leaf, the checklist has not been released yet. I actually checked right before we came on today. It has not been released.
And next week is the release date, right?
26th.
A week from, yeah.
I have seen some absolute lunatics on eBay pre-selling hobby boxes for $200. I haven't seen anyone buy one yet, but that's absurd. You're guaranteed nothing. You're guaranteed a Javi Baez bat relic in your box. Please don't spend $200 on a box of that, guys. Please, please, please.
Pujols stuff has been nuts lately. Yep. This is a great little tidbit here. It sounds like a future trivia question, Chris. There's still no players in the Hall of Fame with the Topps Black rookie card. First should be Yadier Molina. Aldadelis says 2004 Topps Black.
Yeah, that's Joe Mauer just missed it, right? Just missed it. Yeah, that's actually
Mauer's rookie year, 2002.
Yeah, he's got like Bowman Chrome stuff in 02, and then his first Topps card is 03, but he's in update, I think, so he doesn't have a black until 04. But yeah, Adaldis, I love that. That's a fantastic little factoid right there.
Yeah.
Man, will Molina be the first? I wonder if like Buster Posey goes in first.
He could
be the first.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll be fascinating to watch. And be sure, assuming Blabbin' About Slabbin' is still going, that will absolutely be a trivia question.
Yeah, we'll find a way to work it in. Hermes 33 says Jim Thome never gets talked about, but is 8th all time with 612 home runs. He's one of those guys that he just went out and played and didn't have a bigger than life persona like some of the other guys who do get talked about.
Yeah, and he hit everywhere he went. Huge year in Philly. I think 54 home runs that one year in Philly, or 50 home runs. He was a fantastic power hitter. Just kind of he and Frank Thomas, very similarly, just even more so than Frank Thomas, just kind of forgotten about.
Yeah.
He never won an MVP. I don't think Jim Thome did, right?
I don't think so either. And because of his position, I don't think he won any Silver Sluggers either, because he was up against some of the best.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been up against Albert Pujols a lot of those years.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think did he ever get a ring?
Big for the White Sox as well. Yeah, Thome was great there. I
don't think he did.
Like he might have missed that White Sox team and the Phillies team, right?
Yeah, he definitely wasn't still in Philly in 09 because they had Ryan Howard.
No real memorable moments. I mean, yeah, he was on that Indians team in the late 90s, right, Chris? That did some damage.
Someone corrected me that said Mauer's rookie card is in 2002 Topps. I was trying to picture it. I know in 03 he's got that card with Morneau. And then 04 he's got that like the catching card with the glove, but I think you're right. He does have an 02 card.
Thorson with another great trivia bit. He hit his 600th as a member of the Twins.
Oh man, yeah, he bounced around. He bounced around a bit at the end, didn't he?
Another factoid here from M. Parsons. They based Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles on him. I could see that.
Sure,
a little bit more.
I don't know if Jim Thome's waist was ever quite
the upper body, maybe the barrel chest.
Yeah, Dave Dixon here pointing out that. By the way, Dave, I talked about your Randy Johnson card a few minutes ago. I hope you were here. Yeah, Thome really doesn't. If you try to think about a big Jim Thome moment, I know someone said they were there at the game when he hit his 600th home run.
I had no idea that was with the Twins. So
yeah, I can't picture like a big Jim Thome moment.
No. Michael, especially when Chris tells me about this $200 price tag, I don't think I'm going to be opening any Heritage High. I'm excited to see the cards. I'm really excited to see a couple very specific cards from that set. So I'll be on the lookout. But
yeah, Peeps, you're right. There was a draft pick card from Mauer in 02. Thank you for you guys for correcting me.
It's incredible. One Silver Slugger for a guy who hit 612 home runs. Just shows what he was up against. One Silver Slugger. The year after Thomas had his 2 MVPs.
I think that's the year after Mo Vaughn had his roid-enabled MVP.
Oh yeah, yeah. Where he
By the way, kudos to Mo Vaughn for admitting it finally. I mean, I think we all suspected, but it's nice. I see no harm in coming clean now.
No, I mean, Albert Bell was clean. He was very upset about that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely had no anger issues on the field, exacerbated by his some chemical imbalances. But yeah, I would love to open up some heritage because A, the 75 design is great, and B, there's always an outside chance of pulling a red ink. And by outside, I mean like outside the country. But at the prices, I think now to be fair, there are other people. Blowout was sold out. And where did I see? Was it David Adams had it at $129.99 at one point. I can't see any pre-sales on the top site, so I don't know.
I almost pulled the trigger at David Adams to buy 2 pre-sale boxes for that, but I did not.
Yeah,
couldn't do it because that's $250 that would go nicely towards a Cheerio parallel from that.
It would. You could probably get the black refractor for $250, I would think. Yeah. And you're sure as shit not going to pull it. Let's be realistic.
I like this. This should be their slogan, peeps. Heritage is the perfect set for zeroing in on singles.
Yeah, but I mean, if it was like
sad but true,
be like $79.99 a box.
Yes, $80. Great.
Yes, you used to rip that with your kids. Like that's a reasonable rip. The cards are kind of interesting. You never know what weird parallels are going to be in there. And set collectors loved it.
Yep.
But if it gets up over $100, then it's silly. I mean, there's like 4 autos in a case. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, totally. Hold on. What did I want to say? Yeah, someone pointed out that Albert Bell was, and I believe still is, I think it was Chris C., the only player with 50 home runs and 50 doubles in the same season.
Yep. 100 extra base hits. He was an absolute monster.
Yeah. So he's the first member of the 50-50 club.
Yeah. 50 home runs, 50 doubles, 50 angry outbursts.
I was going to say 50 fans hit with thrown baseballs.
Yeah. 50 second baseman taken out.
Oh, man. I still am. That video always goes around, and I am constantly impressed that Vigna just stands up.
Yeah.
You're just like, all right, that happened.
Yeah. That's pretty much one of the only highlights of the 19 Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah. Wait, did I put the wrong thing in there? Did I just use the wrong slash? That doesn't look right. I don't know. Let us know if that link is working. I can just check and see, actually. Yeah, we got some people in there. All right.
Kimberly with a callback, blast from the past. Of course, I remember when Albert used to go by Joey. It was Joey Bell on his Leaf rookie, Chris.
Oh, in his 1990 rookies. Yeah, they were all Joey Bell.
Yep.
He seems so much more like approachable then.
Yeah, Joey.
More friendly. Joey's a friendlier name.
Nobody was climbing through the ceiling at Comiskey Park to get his cork bat.
What an amazing story that is.
Those stories of those 1990s cheaters, and we're not even talking about the steroids. Sosa's bat, Bell's bat. You're right about this, Michael. Heritage high number hobby boxes don't traditionally hold value well either. They're always like the cheapest boxes I can find for a lot of cards when I go to Burbank. If I want to get a box with a lot of cards for the kids.
Okay, so there was some talk in the chat, if you will, about Ellie De La Cruz having red inks. He may very well have another one in high number. Sometimes players have both.
They do. Otani.
Yep, Otani has 2. I think he had 2 the next year too. I think. Yeah, SFO Sox fan point. I think the last Ellie red ink went for $1,200. He says, "Man, that's a great color match right there with the reds and the red ink."
Yeah,
Matt McLean's the year before looks incredible.
Albert Bell, according to Gregory, is just a laid-back dad now. I got to go find those.
Well, that's cool.
Once he got off the juice, he probably settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
Sosa was innocent.
All right. Well, I wanted to close a quick heritage shout out, Jeff.
All right.
The best looking Topps Heritage card I've seen from the first series of 2024.
Okay.
This one comes from Cardboard Showcase, and it's, of course, the Acuna Black Refractor. This card this is a tremendous card. It just looks, it's very pleasing.
Yeah.
Maybe because I just miss seeing Acuna play baseball. I don't know.
No, it's an aesthetically pleasing card.
Yeah.
Great design. Yeah, that's very nice.
Right around release, a gold was on eBay.
Ooh, out of 5.
Out of 5. And it just I didn't want to say it felt like it was a dumb price. I don't remember what it was, but it was gone right away. Now there's a PSA 10 gold for like $1,500 on eBay. That seems a little silly.
I can't believe any of those got a 10. Those golds, as we know, those are really tough.
Yeah. So if anyone stumbles upon this Acuna in a Heritage Gold that isn't graded and that they don't need, a mortgage payment for it, I would love to own one of those 5. I obviously will never have the PSA 10, but there's 4 others out there, so who knows? But this card is awesome. The yellow, the throwback jersey, or the City Connect jersey, it just looks great.
And there's just something about seeing those old designs. That's what we like about the 75 this year. Seeing those old designs in a refractor, which just it's the combination of the innovation and the nostalgia is nice.
Yeah. So congrats to Cardboard Showcase. I believe he mentions in his description here this is a pop 1. I'm not surprised at all. Like Jeff was saying, that the Heritage Chrome, they look amazing, but the chrome front, the paperback, man, those things chip. They chip and chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, great IG photo. Thick boy here with great IG photo refracting. Yeah. You know, it's listen, once you start taking pictures of baseball cards, you will get mocked. But when you get one that looks really good like this, you got to feel good about it.
Yep.
No reflection, just pure baseball card.
Yeah.
Beauty.
It's great. Great photography there.
So Cardboard Showcase, interesting point here. Trout didn't have a black refractor in regular Heritage. Hard to imagine he'd have one in high number. It's not like he wasn't playing when a lot of those high number images are taken, but you'd think they'd get him in there. They don't want to end that run any more than Cardboard Showcase wants the run to end.
I would hope they wouldn't end that run. Otherwise, might have to contact Topps, have them make a special one just for you.
Yeah, you know what? My initial thought was, why would he be in there? But I think they'll give him one. They know how important he still is, like to the game and in the hobby. So I bet he's in there.
It might just be a picture of him in the dugout, but hey.
Oh man, crying at a news conference? No, I shouldn't say that because I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. I think that's.
All right, should we do trivia before we do the?
Sure. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, let's get trivia out of the way. Out of the way is the wrong way to say it, but let's get trivia done. Let me throw the link in there one more time. And M. Parsons, if you have it, please throw it in there one more time. Nope.
Me too, Jacob. He's looked great this spring. I hope we get a good full season out of him.
There we go.
I don't know.
Yeah, I will see. I honestly, it sucks to say it as a Braves fan, but I hope he has a great season and he gets traded to Philly. Because I want to see him and Harper play together.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. Plus, he deserves a shot at a ring, a legitimate shot.
Yeah, see him play some meaningful games, right?
Yeah. So yeah, if I mentioned before, you're playing for a Jackson Merrill Stadium Club rookie lot. We got a chrome, we got a red, and we got a base card, and we'll mix in some other cool Stadium Club stuff for you, for whoever wins. I don't know if I'm facing the camera. I turn my window down, but yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Hop in there. It's 6:55. We'll go right at 7.
Okay.
We'll give you guys 5 minutes. But yeah, I also I don't know if you guys, as Braves fan, I saw Schwellenbach pitch yesterday and absolutely blow the Yankees away with 10 Ks. That got me pretty excited. You start to think that Strider might not be the best Spencer on the rotation.
Some good pitching there you're building in Atlanta.
Yep.
Might have to recheck my predictions over here.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, and apologies to you, Jared Jones owners in fantasy or Pirates fans. I'll take a little bit of the heat on that. I did draft him in my 2 leagues. Oh, 100%. Yeah. All right, let's see here. What we got in there? Jacob Goudreau says Trout's never been healthy at an Angels game. I've been to 2 Angels games also, now that I think about it, and he wasn't healthy when you and I went a couple of years ago.
Correct.
That stinks.
More on the way, Los Bravos said. There was a kid dealing on the Braves in the spring breakout game as well.
Yeah, there was that. That Latin kid was throwing like 97. Plus, don't forget, we got the Ass Man, sitting in AAA, and Waldrop. Although I wouldn't mind seeing, for Gregory's sake, I hope the Ass Man stays. Steve Clifton, we talked about this on, I think last week a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the vintage stocks in Series 1 look incredible. A great design idea from Topps.
Yeah, change the design as well as the paper.
Yes.
Curator, yeah, this is, the Pirates could have a really solid rotation if those guys stay healthy until they have to get paid, and then they'll be broken up. But it would be fun to see the Pirates do something.
It would be. Unfortunately, this Jared Jones situations might mean that the three of them can't be together till next year. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
Or later, yeah.
Or later. Yeah, but Bubba Chandler said there was a cool interview where he said Skeens might be the number 2 after he gets called up next year, which I thought was funny.
We gotta like the confidence.
Yeah.
Or sense of humor. Yeah, peeps. I think last year was the year that they started making those changes with vintage stock. And I agree. It makes it a really sought after parallel rather than just being a change Topps logo out of 99.
Yeah, and honestly, like I'm sure people missed those. Like they weren't even seeing them in packs.
No, you don't notice that.
But yeah, I did watch Schwellenbach just blow Aaron Judge away. That was kind of satisfying. I know Judge is a slow starter. I was actually watching the game with a Yankee fan, and he was just honestly happy that Judge was healthy and happy he was out of center field, which I think, all Yankee fans should be pretty excited about.
Royale Benjamin with this little nugget. His butler said Mike Harris is fat in an interview.
Man, I would love to be as fat as Michael Harris.
Oh, it's a thick boy. Do we have you or your son to blame for this? My son caught a toss-up from Trout in center field at Fenway, and I think he's been injured ever since. I hope you mean Trout, not your son. I hope your son's healthy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be, well, I'm not even going to bring that up. Teapot on the sports card. I good thing you guys are.
Teapots on sports card, like with Jeremy Lee? Oh, our friend Ephus was on there last Saturday, Chris.
Yeah. It's, that's all right. Teapot can have other friends. We're not exclusive.
No, Teapot gets around as well. He should. He's very knowledgeable.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
You got injured on a toss-up. Sounds about right.
All right, Dave. You really want Andre Thornton? Throwback players. We have yet to see Andre Thornton. The biggest thing I remember about Andre Thornton collecting cards in the 80s was that he was one of the few players that wore glasses on his cards. Chris had glasses on. But yeah, he was quite a hitter for a while.
All right. Okay, it is 6:59. As soon as my computer says 7, I'm going to go with trivia. We got 50 people
he goes live every night? That's crazy. I thought he just does Saturday night shows.
That's absurd.
Every night. Well,
I mean, I guess good for him if you've got the time and the energy and no one in your life that would rather you not do that.
So I didn't realize we're competing against him every Thursday. Oh, that's
Chris Hayes says 45% of the chat's in both videos right now. That's pretty funny.
Well, tell Teapot to come over here after he gets off with Jeremy.
All right, Jay Skrilla, I'm going to be completely honest with you. One of the guys I wanted in fantasy this year a lot was Bybee, and I actually, by sheer good fortune, was able to land him in this head-to-head league I'm in with Jeff. So I'm excited to have him, but it makes me
you were really pumped for him to get to you.
It makes me concerned for Cleveland fans, but. Yes, Brewers kill 823. Jones had some elbow discomfort, and word on Wednesday, late Wednesday, was he was getting a second opinion. That's all. That's all they said.
See you in 2026.
Yeah, but I mean, whoever it was in the Pirates said, I don't want to be an alarmist. We just have to be honest. Like there was something on there they didn't like, and that's it. They haven't said anything specific. Okay.
Thanks, John. Appreciate that. Tell people in the chat to come over here once the virus kicks in. And Mark is bid 850. Congratulations.
Wow.
That's a great bid, Mark.
Yeah, good for you, buddy. Good luck with that.
How much is that with the buyer's premium?
Oh, my God. What's the buyer's premium? 20%?
Yeah.
Whew. That's over $1 million then, isn't it?
Yep. Unless it's 850 without the buyer's premium, but I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it probably is. All right, Jeff, it's 7:01. You ready? I'm ready.
Let's do this. All right.
There we go. All right, trivia is starting in 3, 2.
Everybody get on there.
1.
Okay, Ohtani's at 150 and 70K. I don't see it, Chris.
Hold on. Sorry, I got to share the screen. It's going fast. My bad.
So that BGS 95 is catching up slightly.
Okay, here we go. Sorry.
All right. What team does Fangraphs project for the most wins in 2025? Phillies, Dodgers, Red Sox, Royals. Which one of those teams does Fangraphs project for the most wins?
95% of people all in?
With the Dodgers. Congratulations. Yep. You are correct. Nobody going for the Royals.
95%, Jeff. That might be our highest success rate on a question.
Yeah, I think so. MLB debut patch autos are found in which Topps product? A, Topps Update, B, Topps Chrome Update, C, Topps Dynasty, or D, Topps Stadium Club? All great products, but which one is the debut patch found in? 68% went with Topps Chrome Update, followed by 17% in Topps Update. The Chrome Update folks are correct. Nobody went with Stadium Club, Chris.
It's good. I mean, I throw Stadium Club up a lot. It's rarely right these days.
That's got to be the first. What team won the NL Central in 2024? Cardinals, Reds, Brewers, Cubs.
Okay.
Not pictured, Pirates.
Also not right. Yep.
All right. Hopefully a few people got this. Wow.
92%.
92%. Love it.
All right.
Okay. Good job. 57.
We tried to start off a little easier tonight. Slice of Pizza, Colorado, looking for a second title. I see Plumberman, Blacksmith Break.
Okay.
Right.
Very close. What 2018 set is this Mookie Betts SSP from? Topps, Topps Chrome, Stadium Club, or Opening Day? Part of a series, I dare say, Chris.
Right. Indeed. I said before, Stadium Club is no longer the right answer. Until the next question. No.
We'll get to this afterwards with a trivia question for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Good eyes.
Only 25% said Topps, and Topps is correct. That's Mookie Betts' flagship SSP.
A new leaderboard. We got Ryan Brody, Brent's Dugout. What is Juan Soto's 2018 Topps Chrome Update X Fractor rookie numbered to? 99, 100, 250, or 499? This is a tough one. I could not remember this one.
Yeah, a couple of these, I wanted to get a little, well, I wanted to get a little bit harder before they got easier, Jeff.
Wow, look at exactly the same, 30%, and 30% of you are correct. That's a tough
99.
One. 99. Brent's Dugout pulls away a little further.
Okay, all right.
Slice of Piazza, 50 back. Who is the only player in the Hall of Fame with a 60 home run season? Roger Maris, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, or Babe Ruth?
I'm going to tell you guys, this is one of my favorite questions that we've done. Jeff and I were talking about this earlier, and I can't believe that this is the case. Good job.
41% of you said Babe Ruth, and you were correct. Roger Maris is not a Hall of Famer.
Yep. 65%, 41 answers, 65%.
Yeah, sorry. Ryan Brody, first place, Slice of Piazza and JM. Who is the only player to be caught stealing to end a World Series? Ricky Henderson, Vince Coleman, Jose Canseco, and Babe Ruth. This was another question Chris stumped me with.
I'll give you a hint. He was already been an answer tonight.
All right. Wow. I wasn't the only one stumped. Only 7 people went with Babe Ruth, which I had no idea. Chris, what World Series was it?
I don't know the year, but yeah, he was thrown out, bottom of the 9th, down by 1, 2 outs. What was he thinking? Nobody knows.
Not leaving up to his hitter. This 2018 Ohtani rookie is from what set? Topps Chrome, Topps Finest, Bowman's Best, or Topps High Tech? It's one of his better shots, Chris.
Yes, absolutely. I think it's an underrated card a little bit.
73% of you, 45 people went with Topps Finest, and that, of course, is correct. Excellent. All right, Slice of Piazza, 483, JM and Brent's Dugout. Close behind. You got to make up some ground. Here we go. With what team did David Ortiz make his MLB debut? The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Twins, or the Orioles? Which team did he come up on? Of course, he left as a very famous and popular member of the Red Sox. Where did he start?
All right.
57 people got the Twins correct. Congratulations.
Good job, guys.
Wow. Slice of Piazza, 31 points. Got to do something to make this up. This last one, who is the MLB career leader in RBIs? Hank Aaron, Albert Pujols, Babe Ruth, or Mike Schmidt?
Albert Pujols, remember, is in second. He's 80 behind somebody.
You're right. David Arias. We missed the opportunity to use David Arias.
Good job.
75% of the people, 3/4 of the people got Hank Aaron correct. Excellent.
I like that. Good job.
Let's see who the winners are. Crazy Cryptids.
He should get extra points, Jeff, for a Simpsons reference earlier tonight.
That's a good score, too, on this. This was a tough one. 608, JM. First place, Slice of Piazza, 646, which is a very respectable score with this particular trivia list. Congratulations. Slice of Piazza, make sure you send Chris or I or the Blabbin IG your address so we can get it out.
Yeah, we'll get you your Stadium Club prize pack. Yeah, no one broke 700 tonight. This was a little bit tougher than last week. The Babe Ruth questions were tricky. I'm going to be honest. I wanted to throw a little curveball in there. Started off easy, but ended hard.
Yeah. Oh, Blacksmith already talking some trash. First trivia. He's in the top 10. He's coming back to win it all.
All right. That's what confidence is important, I think. You got to answer quick. You got to feel good.
Now for the bonus trivia question. Was that SFO Sox fan asking about my jersey? It is a new jersey. So good eyes. It's a new jersey. And anybody want to guess whose jersey this is? Here we go. Let me give you a little
we gotta see the number yet. Number 1, okay.
Jacob guesses Paul Molitor, who was, of course, number 4 for the Brewers. Churio's rolling with number 11. I do have a similar Yount jersey, but he was number 19. This was a player who did not play for the Brewers very long, but he was a very well-regarded prospect when he came up. Another Jackson Churio. Hank Aaron, Bud Selig, Jim Gantner, Bob Uecker would be a great choice, but yeah, never had a 100 strikeout season.
Oh, ATL Jeff Black, come on, buddy. All right, I'm catching up to these guesses here. Here we go.
You're a great guess, but he was number 17 most of the time he played with the or 18. Sorry, Yelich 22. Okay, I see a couple correct guesses. I'll show you.
Oh, yep, there we go. Lincoln Thomas.
And if you look closely, it's signed.
Yeah, he signed it right in the number too. Like Sheffield's got a really good looking signature as well.
He does. I can't get a very good picture of it, but yeah, he's got a great signature. I couldn't pass this up. It was just a reminiscence of when I was a kid, and the only thing I knew about Gary Sheffield was that he was Dwight Gooden's nephew, and he was really excited to get him on the team. And he came up and threw a lot of balls into the crowd.
Yes. A few people guessed Keston Hiura, by the way.
Yeah. Number 18.
I appreciate.
Yeah. I might have to eventually get one. Gary Sheffield, need a gold tooth to go with that jersey. Yeah. Future stars.
Tanner Klein. Come on now. That Vogelbach jersey would be so baggy on poor Jeff.
Actual life size.
Yeah. It'd be like a parachute.
Yeah. So Sheffield was not a great teammate, not a great Brewer as an 18-year-old, but he became one of my favorite players to watch later in his career. Man, that guy could hit.
There's a line in Ted Lasso, which I'm sure we've all watched. Most of us have watched, where Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso, says that Alfonso Ribeiro from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the greatest physical comedian of our lifetimes because you can start doing that dance. And anyone over the age of 30 will immediately know what you're doing. They know you're doing the Carlton. They immediately know. And Gary Sheffield is such a famous baseball player. If you grab your wrapping paper tube and you start doing this, every single person over 30 is going to be like, that's Gary Sheffield.
The waggle.
The waggle.
Yep, the waggle. There's been a lot of good comments here. Yes, his stance was unmatched.
Oh yeah. Third baseman played him so deep, Jeff.
Miscut. Love this. Yes, I would not want to play third base.
No.
People commenting about me leaning back on it. It was an eBay purchase of $35, so I got it to wear for the show. If the auto gets ruined, I don't really mind. I just really like wearing Brewer jerseys.
A couple people saying wearing an autographed jersey is a flex. So good for you. By the way, Jeff, of the two of us, like I'm the sweaty one. Jeff's not going to wreck that jersey. I would destroy that jersey in a matter of hours at a card show. I would sweat right through it. Jeff is a much better put together person. He'll be fine.
Let's just say I won't wear it for the PSA reveals just in case.
There we go. There we go.
Mad City Brew, not a fan of Sheffield. I get it. He did not do well to endear himself to Brewer fans.
This is a funny comment. I laughed at that. It's actually a prop. That's funny. Billy Joe Robideau is a fantastic name. That's like a movie name.
It is. Yeah. Somebody from down in the bayou.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about some season predictions. I want to hear what you guys think.
This is the only auto jersey I have, Blacksmith. I don't know how many auto jersey Chris has, but it's not really our thing. So I guess since this is my only one, this would be my favorite. But yes,
Michael Stone points out, Jeff, that you actually, 25% of what the jersey itself.
Cheaper than an 80s era. I mean, I'm sure it's a replica, but 80s era Milwaukee road jersey.
Did Sheffield devalue that by signing it? I mean, that's a weird thing to consider, right?
That's what I thought.
We have discussed or talked about dabbling in it. I would love to get like a Freeman autographed jersey or an Acuna autographed jersey, but like, I don't know. I just haven't gotten into that yet.
Especially if it's game worn, right? It's not something that they picked up off the rack. Like you see these guys signing them. There's stacks of hundreds and hundreds of jerseys where there's somebody's pulling them away. They sign, pull them away. I don't know. That doesn't do it for me. If it's something from a game, I could get more excited about that.
Curator of Cardboard, and I think someone else mentioned this in the comments too, that Sheffield has an error in his 89 Upper Deck card where the SS is upside down.
I remember as a kid looking so closely because SS upside down basically looks exactly the same.
I have talked before about how when I was in like 3rd and 4th and 5th grade, there was a baseball card club in my elementary school, kind of monitored by our history teacher, who's a big collector himself. One of the older kids, when I was in like 3rd grade, I'm trying to think when 89, I think I was in 3rd grade when 1989 Upper Deck came out, maybe 4th. Anyway, one of the older kids discovered that with a regular eraser, you could erase all the black ink. So the name and the position, and even I think the team logo, you could wipe away. So for 2 days, this dude was trading error cards that he had just erased the names off of. And then finally, like on day 3, someone realized, like, wait a minute, this guy's full of shit. And the scandal, the baseball card club scandal, Jeff, that broke out.
Oh, I remember taking the eraser to those Upper Deck cards. Yeah. And you wouldn't erase the back of like the back color. So it was, I'm not sure where this comes in, but it's a great quote.
Absolutely. And he's 100% right.
Yep.
Yep. By the way, anytime you want to quote The Rock, we're here for it. If you look, hold on. Yeah.
And this is what I was saying, Battery. Yeah. This, there it is.
Right there. It's a very elegant string of pearls configuration, but unfortunately, it's very unstable.
Well, losers always whine about their best.
We'll leave it at that.
Some guy was also selling those erased Upper Deck cards too. $20. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same guy who's now saying Jackson Holiday is the Tom Brady of baseball. I bet that guy is the same guy, Jeff. Got to be the same guy.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's a Weston Moore question I wanted to look at real quick here. Would we rather have a Bobby Witt Jr. Stadium Club on-card rookie auto PSA 10? Are there any PSA 10s? Or a 1997 Topps Chrome? I mean, those are just, I think that comes down to personal choice. Those two cards are so dramatically different. I would say that Bobby Witt Jr. probably has 10 to 15,000 rookie autos, but Ken Griffey Jr. doesn't have very many Topps Chrome refractors, especially in 1997. So I would lean towards the Griffey for pure rarity.
Yeah. As not a huge fan of 90s cards and someone who doesn't have Bobby Witt cards, I know Chris does have one Stadium Club rookie auto. I'd probably take that one.
Some funny miscommunication here. Doc's card saying Petco is great for baseball, and M. Parsons thinking he's referring to a pet store. Yeah, I think we all get overtired. We're still trying to make up for that hour that we lost, 2 weeks ago, Jeff.
Yep, I get it.
But yeah, Weston Moore. I mean, I think for those two cards, it just comes down to personal preference. Do you want the current player in the rookie auto, or do you want the Hall of Fame legend?
The one Chris has is the throwback, right, Chris?
I have the 91 variation out of Stadium Club Chrome. I don't know if he's referring to the paper Stadium Club or the Stadium Club Chrome. I honestly don't know. They're all great.
Here's another personal preference question. 4 minutes. Thank you for the update on the
Oh yeah.
Matt says 1990 35th auto out of 50 or real one auto out of 99. Typically, I would say the real one auto out of 99 all the time. But those 1990 cards are pretty nostalgic, Chris. So
Yes.
I guess it would depend on how it looks. I could see you picking up. I could
Yeah,
see
1997 is the second year of Topps Chrome. So like those early Griffey refractors are super popular. I don't know. I'm like I said, I think on pure rarity, I would take the Griffey.
Yeah.
Stadium Club Chrome. I feel bad. I feel like every week I sort of like the Reds catch a stray from me, and like I see in the comments you feel it, and I apologize. I listed them there, but I'm trying to be pro Red here tonight. I'm a huge Matt McClain fan this year, if that helps.
Is he going to play?
I mean, I got the over-under on 1
game.
Take the over. Hold on. All right, while we're doing pick a division, Jeff, and we'll get started. While we're doing that, though, I'm just going to leave this. I'm going to leave this up so we can watch it.
All right. Yeah, let's watch that.
You want to watch the BGS or the PSA? Let's watch the PSA. Be more fun. Gonna go for more.
Are we getting close to the end here?
Oh yeah, we're at 4 minutes 54 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
I see Teapot is texting our group thread, Chris. So that must mean he's done with Jeremy Lee live. He should come over here
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's start in the American League, Chris. Okay. So there's the AL East has kind of been shaken up a little bit over the last few months.
It really has.
Fortunes are down. Red Sox fortunes are going up. Orioles, what are they doing? Blue Jays, are they going to finally have a good year? I don't know. I'm picking the Red Sox.
So am I. I'm picking the Red Sox, and I think the Red Sox are going to win this division by a pretty decent amount as well.
Really?
I do. I really do. I think they are set up. Crochet has been unhittable. Buehler looks like he's doing just fine. Their pitching staff, there aren't a ton of names in their bullpen, but there are a lot of really good arms back there. Don't forget about Garrett Whitlock. When he's in the bullpen, people don't hit him.
Yeah, I'm just a little worried about I'm a little worried about Crochet's lack of innings. I mean, he's an ace. Can he be a workhorse? He hasn't thrown 150 innings. If he does, I think if he throws 150 plus innings, boom.
Oh yeah. And John, I think this was something that I know SFO Sox fan was waiting for. I was watching very closely. Devers was not on the field for like 2 weeks after he showed up in camp. What was happening? And then he came out again and said, I will do whatever the team wants me to do. And it felt like, as soon as he said that, the team sort of clicked a little bit. Yeah, Bregman looks great at third base. Not only are these guys set, the roster looks really good as is. I mean, until Trevor Story gets hurt, which would be in about 45 minutes. But they have 3 of the 12 best prospects in baseball, Jeff. So they have 3 guys that can fill the holes that are needed, that, when injuries do happen, or one of them can be traded for a huge pickup in July.
Major League ready for all those prospects, which is great.
Yeah. For all the shit we gave Kyan Bloom, and rightly so, because that guy, I wouldn't trust him to make a trade or a free agent signing, but he drafted and developed very, very well while he was there. So he deserves a little bit of credit. So yeah, we both have the Red Sox winning the East. I think they're going to win it by a pretty decent amount. I would have them winning it by like 7 or 8 games. I think it's going to be a comfortable win for them.
All right, so we got some Red Sox love in the chat, also Blue Jays. I'd love to see them do it. I could see them doing it. I could also see them losing 90 games.
Yeah. I'm not concerned about this at all, Belair. In fact, I think it's going the other way. The fact that he worked on his defense a lot and he's just bad at it. For this season, it looks like he isn't going to have to worry about it. And if that gentleman just focuses on hitting, he could do some serious damage in Fenway. So, and by the way, those of you in fantasy or possibly holders of Marcelo Mayer cards, he's been playing second base the last couple of spring training games. And of the Vaughn Grissom, Christian Campbell, and Hamilton, whose first name I can't remember off the top of my head, Marcelo Mayer is the guy hitting the best. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility they open with Marcelo Mayer playing second base. And that would be really, really something.
That would be huge for the card community as well.
Yes, that would be enormous. Really fun. I think that kid's going to be great. A doubles machine in Fenway.
All right, the Central. I don't know. There's a couple teams that could show out in there.
Gregory Devers is not going to be a Dodger within 8 weeks. Come on now. David Hamilton. Thank you, Jay Marble.
I'm going a little, maybe a little off the chalk, but I'm going to go with the Royals taking the Central.
Well, this is getting really boring, Jeff.
Oh boy.
I think the Royals are going to take the Central too. Their pitching staff is good. Cole Reagans was incredible. He's going to take another step forward. I like him a lot, especially if Caglione can do anything behind Bobby Witt.
Yeah, is JD Card says he thinks Caglione's going to join the Royals after the break, help him win. Best player and starting pitcher, that could be very well the case this year. Best player and starting pitcher.
Yeah.
The Tigers could be great. The Tigers are going to give him a run. I don't see a lot of other possibilities there. Okay, Steve,
it could be. I mean, the division could be really interesting with three sort of like low spending teams. I mean, the Tigers are in a huge market. They should be able to spend more money, but like the Royals, the Guardians, and the Tigers all battling this out. They all have really good pitching, and they all have like at least one really great position player, like Jose Ramirez in Cleveland, Bobby Witt in Kansas City, and Riley Green in Detroit. It could be this division, I think, is going to be super, super close. But
yeah, I think it could be really competitive.
Yeah, but I think the Royals are going to pull this one out.
Yeah, I think the Twins and the White Sox are going to be kind of doormats for the league. So
the Twins are just one of those teams where you look at them and like every single year, you're like, boy, when Buxton and Royce Lewis and Carlos Correa, they just get them on the field together, that team's going to be fine, but they never are.
And they've got some nice pitching, so I could see them doing something, but I just don't think they've got enough to put it all together.
Yeah. Jacob Goudreau, I think it's going to be another rough year in Chicago, but the rebuild has begun. They got some nice prospects from the Red Sox for Crochet. Just hope Lewis Robert has a great 8 weeks, and they can trade him for something good.
Blacksmith, J-Ram go 40-40 this year? Maybe. Will anyone give him respect for it? No. Now, if he goes 40-40, he'll get some respect, but I still don't think he's going to get a lot of hobby love. It's sad
he missed it by one home run.
Right.
One home run.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get to this. It's a very interesting question, Jay Marble. All right, let's get out west, Chris.
Okay, yeah, we'll go out west and then Marble. Yeah, we'll get back to the wild card teams. All right, so out west, I feel like it's a 2-horse race. With the Angels. No, of course I'm kidding. Yeah. Come on now. No, the Angels have to me the biggest wild card in all of the American League, and that is Jacob deGrom. And
Rangers?
So what did I say? What did I say?
I thought you said Angels, but
all right. Well, I meant to say Rangers. I'll correct myself. We'll go again. The Rangers are the biggest wild card in baseball in Jacob deGrom. They babied him for like the last 18 months. He seems ready to go. If I'm hoping for Corey Seager to have a full season, I like Adolis Garcia to bounce back. I don't know why they let Kirby Yates leave. It's a huge market they're playing in. I don't know why they weren't more aggressive, but still, I'm going with the Texas Rangers to win the West.
Can't argue with that. They are pretty stacked. That lineup, I feel like the young guys could take a step forward, and they've still got Seager. Maybe we get a 150-game Seager season. He's kind of on a per-game basis one of the best hitters of the last half decade. But I
can't imagine what that season would look like.
No, it's going to be off the charts. So I feel like the Rangers have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Rangers a lot. Houston, I think Houston's going to give them a run for their money. Some people mentioned Cam Smith in the chat. I like that. Yeah. I don't know what the hell they're doing putting Altuve in left field. I know he didn't have a good year at second base, but he looks completely lost in left field. He's making Yordan Alvarez look like a Gold Glove outfielder. So I'm not sure what the plan is there, but it looks highly, highly questionable. If I'm a pitcher in Houston, I really don't want to see anything in the air going to left field. By the way, Teapot, thanks for joining us, buddy. I see you in there. Raptor finally showed up?
Who's Raptor?
I don't know. Does she mean? She must mean
Teapot?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Is
like
that
I
your
said,
code name?
She's very tired, Jeff. So who knows?
Is that your code name for Teapot? I'm going to start calling Teapot Raptor. That's a great name.
Just out of nowhere. Man, that's a great nickname.
Yeah, Raptor. All right.
Better than Dilophosaurus, which is what people seem to call you sometimes. Anyway. So those are our division winners. Now we need 3 wild cards, Jeff. Who do you got?
Oh, my phone auto-corrected Teapot. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Teapot and Raptor. I like it. I like to switch to Raptor.
Yeah, right. That's way better than Teapot. We're going to work on this. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can make this happen.
So Teapot, we heard in the chat that Jeremy Lee goes live every night, which seems absolutely ludicrous to us. I know he goes live on Saturday, maybe he just got you special for tonight. Yes, very good, very good. What a great movie! What a great scene.
Clever girl.
All right, Raptor. So I went a little bit, maybe, I don't know. I guess we're the same so far. I kind of thought I was going off the beaten path with those, but I am going to go off the beaten path with my wild cards. My first wild card is going to be the Baltimore Orioles.
Okay.
I like their young hitters. I don't know if they're going to have enough arms to pitch, but I like the Orioles to get one of those wild card spots.
All righty. Okay. Who else you got?
Oh, I've also got another team out of the AL Central. I'm going with Raptors' own Detroit Tigers. I like what they've done. I know that Raptor had mentioned that they should have signed Bregman. He would have felt better about their chances. But at that contract he got, I can see why they didn't sign him. And I like the Tigers. And the third and final team, I was going to go with the Astros, but I just can't get away from those Mariners pitchers. I mean, they've got like 5 guys in the top 15 Cy Young odds.
Yep.
I don't know where they're going to get their hitting from. I expect J-Rod to bounce back season, but I'm going to go with the Mariners as my final team. So who do you got?
All right. By the way, I think it's funny. Like, isn't Teapot's nickname came from people saying it wrong, like in public, and now we've got his potential next nickname from an autocorrect on the phone. So it's just fantastic.
Yep.
How this stuff gets started. By the way, I hate that the warden dies in the movie in Jurassic Park. He lives in the book. I was bummed that he dies in the movie. But anyway,
he is great too. He's absolutely fantastic. And I remember shortly after seeing the movie, trying to follow his career, because I'd love to see the actor who played Muldoon in other movies, and he passed away sadly.
Oh, and he's got absolute quad goals for anyone.
I knew you were going to go.
You got to work hard to wear those shorts. Those shorts,
yeah, those safari shorts don't hide anything.
No. Okay. All right. So I made a quick change because we had one team in common. I wanted to be different. So let's be different. Yeah. Chris Hayes, you know it, buddy. All right. So my 3 wild card teams, I'm going to say the Blue Jays. I think Guerrero drags them kicking and effing screaming all the way into the playoffs in his last season in Toronto. He makes it happen. We get a huge bounce back from Bo Bichette as well.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see him traded. I want them to ride this out in Toronto and get them. Maybe they even get out of that first round for the first time ever.
Would be great.
Please, get them to at least the division series. All right. Then I'm going Astros. I think they're going to hit enough to sneak out of there to make it. And then the Indians. I have the Indians in the Central being the 6th team. They just seem to find a way. And also with Teapot here, I didn't want to give them the Tigers.
Right.
But my LCS matchup, I've got the Red Sox beating the Rangers in the LCS.
You've seen the Red Sox in the World Series. I have the same LCS matchup, but I have the Rangers defeating the Red Sox. And going.
Now, how many wins are you seeing for DeGrom here? Is he going 1-4-7, or is he just going 1-5?
I think he gets 2 starts.
I think that's
maybe 1 and 4. Right. Maybe 1 and 4. They did not figure out Vladdy's contract.
Excellent. Well done, Rusty Shackelford. I like that a lot.
I have a shirt that says "Hold on to your butts." I may need to get one made for Chris. It says "Hold on to your glutes."
I like it.
Oh, Mike wants to know who are the Indians.
Oh, damn it, Guardians! Shit, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's always going to be tough. Whenever I think about the team, I think about the movie Major League. Jeff.
Me too.
Yeah. That's what I picture. I have a hard time picturing the G. So Kimberly says Toronto may re-sign Vladdy. I just have a hard time seeing this happen.
Teams are talking again, and they said they're going to offer him a new contract. I did see a quote from Vladdy. I don't know if this is true, but he said if he has a bad year, he's looking at his floor at $500 million, which is a strange quote. I don't know.
I don't like hearing anyone say if I have a bad year.
Well, he wants $700 million, but if it's a bad year.
I mean, he is young, but he better show up. He better have a goddamn 6-pack at this point if he's expecting people to shell out that kind of money.
Yeah, he wants Soto money.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately for the rest of baseball, Steve Cohen might give it to him. I don't know, but it'll be
Michael,
that'll be a fascinating.
Raptor's actually a Tigers fan, not a Twins fan.
Yeah. And by the way, Jackson Jobe, I think, is one of the most.
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
Teapot apparently was calling a Twins wild card.
What?
Well, they do have a couple good starting pitchers, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Teapot just gets distracted anytime there's a mention of like a baby, because he's usually about to have one or just had one. So when he hears the name Twins, he just assumes that it's something good. It's something good.
Yeah, you're right. That's classic Raptor behavior, Chris.
Yeah. So yeah, Guerrero turns 26 soon. So I don't know. I think he was talking about wanting like a 20-year contract too, which is a little bit ridiculous. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to like the Mets and Red Sox, most likely. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. That's a separate conversation.
Maybe the Yankees. All right. So let's get to the National League.
All right, we're going to start in the East. Yes. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm picking the Braves to win. I think, when Strider and then Acuna come back, it's going to be such a jolt of energy for him. I like him. I like him to win the division. I know the Phillies are very deep. Their pitching staff is incredible on paper, but I think the Braves offense is gonna hold out. They're gonna win out.
Raptor, is this true? The Twins are favored to win the division in Vegas right now.
Wow. Yeah, we should all go to Vegas and put some money on.
Can we short that? Can we short that?
Can we?
Hey, Okay, so he said, yes, it's true. Vegas is never wrong. All right, well, yeah. Okay, I'm going with the Mets.
I like
their moves. I like their excitement that they're bringing. I think the Mets are going to have enough to win the division.
All right,
it's going to be a great division, though.
All right. Michael Stone says I'm being a homer. Got to go to the Phillies. Adal disagrees. Braves second side for. Yeah, I've seen a lot. Some. Yeah, I don't know who does it. What does Vegas say? Just curious. Whatever. What does Vegas say about the NL East?
He says Atlanta. Raptor says Atlanta, Milwaukee, and the Dodgers to win the divisions. Phillies, Mets, and Diamondbacks wild card.
Okay. I mean, I don't hate those. I don't hate those at all. In the Central, I went with the Brewers.
Steve. Mets are gonna Mets. Don't doubt it. I just I don't know.
Their pitching staff stinks. Like it legitimately stinks right now.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, not enough pitching.
Look,
Jay Marble right there with you.
Stole Clay Holmes from me in his league. So
I drafted the hell out of Clay Holmes because I figured I'm gonna take him down.
Yep.
All right. In the Central, I went with your boys. I went with the Brewers. I figured when they're not gonna win it, they'll let us know.
I thought the Cubs would be the betting favorites. They seem to be the popular pick, but I'm going to go with the Brewers.
Okay. All right. Yep. Vegas has Braves. Thanks, John Fry. All right. The West, obviously, we went with the Dodgers. The last I saw, by the way, guys, I don't know if we have gamblers in here. I assume we do. But the over-under on wins for the Dodgers was like 104.5. I'm overing that all day long.
They're playing their AAA team or Freddie and Mookie continue to sit out. That seems like a given.
I don't care if Mookie Betts loses 35 pounds. This team is going to win more than 105 games.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Okay, so wild card then. I'm going with two teams from the East, Braves and Phillies.
Okay.
And one team from the West, D-backs.
Yeah, so I have the Phillies and Diamondbacks for sure. Man, the Padres still with Tatis, Machado, and Merrill. And they got Dylan Cease and Michael King. Like, is it enough? I mean, it's
going to be a gauntlet. The regular season is going to be a gauntlet for them, but maybe. But
I'm just gonna go ahead and do something a little unusual because I can't pick the Mets to do anything. So I'm gonna say, the Diamondbacks and Phillies we agree on, but my sixth NL wildcard team, I'm going with the Cincinnati Reds.
Ooh.
I think they're going to surprise Terry Francona. That was the perfect manager for a bunch of young guys still trying to figure it out. I love it. Hunter Green coming into his own. Matt McClain actually playing baseball games.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think they're gonna surprise people. So
they're exciting. All right, you're getting a lot of support in the chat. Gregory likes the Reds call. Okay, so who do you got in the championship series?
Championship series.
Raptors upset though. Hold on, Raptors upset. You're gonna rip my Twins pick and you pick the Reds?
Yeah. Listen, the Reds also have some pretty good young talent they can trade if they get close. But I mean, Terry Francona is going to get the most out of those guys. And will anyone be surprised if Hunter Green absolutely takes a step forward and throws 210 innings with 250 strikeouts? No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
I got the Dodgers and Braves in the NLCS.
And then who winning?
I played this over in my head like a dozen times, and I can't. With the bullpen situation the Braves currently have and the bullpen the Dodgers currently have, I have a hard time. I just can't. I can't see the Braves winning it as they're currently constructed. So I have the Dodgers beating the Braves in the LCS and facing the Red Sox in the World Series.
All right. Well, I've got Dodgers, Braves, Dodgers over the Rangers in the World Series.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Dodgers over Red Sox.
It's hard to see the Dodgers not winning. And anything
really
can happen in baseball. 7-game series is not that long. We've talked about the best, quote unquote, best team not always winning in 7 games, but they're so well-rounded. And if they stay healthy, that's going to be hard.
Yeah, just watching the parade of relievers in these 2 games in Tokyo. I mean, it's going to be really, really tough. You're going to have to get them early. You have to get a starting pitcher early to beat them. Orioles, Braves. Okay. I would love to see the Orioles. Why didn't they re-sign Corbin Burns? They have money. Baltimore's a huge market.
He really wanted to go home and be by his family.
Yeah.
I guess that seems to be the situation. Okay. So, but they could have went after somebody else. Somebody under 40.
Royal Benjamin, I love this. Orlando Arcia, NLCS MVP. I'll tell you what. If that happens, man, I do something ridiculous on the show, Jeff.
Okay.
Give me something utterly preposterous. I don't know. Drink a rum drink. Give me something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah. Drink a pina colada.
Okay, there we go. I will drink 3 pina coladas on our Blabbin show if Orlando Arcia wins NLCS MVP. I might throw them up, but I will put them down.
Look at this bold pick coming from Will Z. NLCS MVP Mike Trout on the Phillies.
See, that's more believable than Orlando Arcia to me. Arcia might not open the season as the Braves shortstop, by the way. I don't know. Nick Allen is outplaying him so far.
Nick Allen?
Yeah. That's a name I definitely knew before 3 days ago.
Gregory says you've got to buy the 89 Upper Deck Dale Murphy Air.
Yeah, but that's something I want to do anyway. It's got to be something I don't want to do. All right, Los Bravos. Can we get Los Bravos banned from the chat? let's mute that one.
All right.
Shave my eyebrows. All right, I'll tell you what. All right, yes. If Orlando Arcia wins the NLCS MVP for the Braves, I will shave my eyebrows. I will do it on the show. I'm saying it on camera. You can hold me to it. That will happen. My wife will be absolutely furious, but I will do that. Jeff, I think I know just the person who can come and get that done.
Yeah, I think you're right. Gregory says you said you'd buy it before the end of the year on the 5/30/24 episode.
And I got time. Still March. I got 9 months. A lot of things can
end of the year on in 2024. It's now 2025, so you did not.
Oh, did I?
Do it.
Well, I meant the end of this year.
Okay, I got that.
Yeah,
and Parker says she'll laugh. So there you go.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's already been a text to try to make sure that her friend will be here to do it. But I mean, that'll be hilarious. Yes, I don't read so good. All right, Jeff, let's talk about some award winners.
Let's get to these awards. So let's talk about the Cy Young first. Let's go AL Cy Young. Is Raptors' favorite pitcher going to win it again?
I do not have Tarek Skubal winning the Cy Young. I went with another lefty. Cole Reagans from the Kansas City Royals is my AL Cy Young pick.
Hey, we talked about the Royals before. Reagans broke out last year. If he takes another step forward, that's very reasonable. You have to get a tattoo of my Star Wars character on your lower back. This is Thorson.
Damn.
Okay, we got an update. She says she'll wax them. No shaving. It's bad for the eye area.
I told you there was already a text being sent. Fine, whatever. They will be removed.
Okay. I'm going to go with Logan Gilbert, who I believe was also mentioned in the chat here. And one of the reasons that I think the Mariners are going to be able to make the playoffs because of their pitching led by Logan Gilbert.
That poor pitching staff, though, Jeff. I mean, I feel like that they're all a bunch of like, it's all Nolan Ryan in his prime, just losing 2-1, 2-0 every single night.
I know. He might win the Cy Young going 13-12.
Maybe. Is he going to win 13 games?
No. 9-7.
There, there you go.
Crochet. So my a little bit of a dark horse, Chris, I picked here also is Joe Ryan from the aforementioned.
You know, I like Joe Ryan, Jeff.
Yeah, I do know you like him, and he was on a great trajectory last year before he got hurt. I think if he puts up a full season, so he's my pseudo dark horse.
I gotcha. A Raptor, Cole Reagan's. He stinks. All right, buddy. We're gonna have to we'll have to put a side bet on their WAR for the season. That'll be kind of fun. I didn't have a dark horse for the AL Cy Young written down.
All right, I just threw one down. You don't have.
No, I like that. I like that though. Let me think about it for a minute though. Let me think about it.
240 innings from Gilbert, 40 homers from Julio. Could happen
over the next 2 years. I can easily see that Blacksmith breaks.
Okay, Raptor says he doesn't think Reagan has a chance.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Reagan is George Kirby. What? Great for 100 innings.
Yeah, George Kirby had a really good year last year. Just didn't quite put it together. Why don't we let's just see.
Curator throwing a name out. Ooh. And this is a first person reporting from Curator. Speaking to him in person, DeGrom stated holding 95 to 97, pitching and trusting his stuff. You could see and feel the goodness. All right. Does this sway you at all, Chris?
I'm concerned about the phrase "feel the goodness," but no. I said DeGrom's a huge wild card. I'm excited to watch him pitch again. I think Jeff will tell you it's really fun to watch peak healthy Jacob DeGrom just absolutely embarrass hitters. It's really fun to watch. So I hope we get to see it a lot this year, but I just don't think he's going to amass the innings. I think they will be a little bit careful with him because if they're good, they're going to want him in October. So there may be a little IL stint in August for no reason, just to rest him.
Yeah. I don't see him throwing a lot of innings, but he'll be ready for the playoffs. Yeah. Teapot, every card show needs a villain. I thought it was Phil, but I appreciate your effort.
Yeah. Phil is definitely the like the Edward Norton Primal Fear type person, I think, in the spitballing group. If that makes sense. That's a pretty movie reference you guys might not know.
All right, so what do we got?
Okay. NL Cy Young.
All right, I think it's Zach Wheeler's year. Finally, I feel like he's been getting better with age, inversely to the rest of the league, as they seem to get worse with age. He seems to be getting better with age and more consistent and more reliable. And I feel like this is his year. It's not going to be a runaway, but I think he's going to put up the numbers and get the respect and win it.
All right, I'm going to go with Jared F. This is my AL dark horse as well. Bybee. I like him a lot. And honestly, I also picked Zach Wheeler. I picked him last year too. He just always seems to do the same thing, and every year one pitcher like bests him.
Yes, one pitcher like Chris Sale has a crazy year out of nowhere.
But also, I'm totally fine picking Phillies to do well because that usually means that they will not do well, and that works for me on every level.
Primal Filmington.
All right, Primal Filmington. Oh, I like that. We're getting off with the new nicknames tonight, Jeff.
Kimberly Somerville says Burns. He's going to be at home where he's comfortable. Mm-hmm. He's just going to have a lot of tough outings in that NL West. So you could see it happening. It's going to be tough.
In a good hitter's park too, unfortunately. But
I think Skeens does get in the top 5. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think he'll be healthy enough, and he's awesome. My pseudo dark horse here from the back of the pack is somebody that we talked about earlier, Chris. Hunter Green.
Yep,
I feel like
love it.
he's got the stuff to throw strikeouts. If he can limit the base runners, and especially if he leads his Reds to a wild card, like you were saying.
Oh yeah. Someone in the chat said he walks too many guys, and he does, or he has, but that doesn't mean as he gets older he won't get better.
Yeah, I mean, he still missed a full 18 months when he had Tommy John. He hasn't been pitching all that long, so I feel like he can.
Yeah, and he's young enough to really start making some strides. The only thing that really could hurt him is that park.
Yeah,
where it feels like every third fly ball just sort of carries out. But I like him a lot. I was really mad. He got sniped right in front of me in our fantasy league.
Yeah, I wanted
my dark horse. I'm calling it Schwellenbach.
Oh, okay. Well, after what you talked about,
yeah, he looks nasty.
I think Scooble's going to have a great year.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a big year. I don't think it's going to be huge regression. I don't see him winning the Triple Crown. I just feel like somebody is going to have a better year.
Yeah, he's going to be great. He was great last year. He'll be great again this year. He just won't quite be Reagan's great.
Yeah, or Logan Gilbert.
Yep.
You might win more games.
Yes, I'm comfortable saying top 5 Cy Young finish.
Yeah,
like he's going to be great. He's really, really good. He's hard to hit, throws strikes, throws hard as hell, left-handed, but he can't win it every year, can he?
Chris, I don't know how this works. Are they in extended bidding yet?
Yeah, hold on. I might have to throw a refresh on here.
Once the time is still starting over, they might still be into the first period of the extended bidding.
All right, I refreshed the screen. So now we got 1 minute. It's counting down again. We're at 1 minute, 43 seconds. I don't know. It says we're in extended bidding. Yeah.
Is it still the first extended bidding? It must be.
Yeah, I think we're still in the first extended bidding.
The first one's like 30 minutes usually, and then it's 5-minute increments.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's cruise right along here. I know we're going a little bit long. What about MVPs?
All right, hold on. I just want to throw Mad City Brews comment up here. I feel like it's worth noting that this is it's possible that maybe they hide the bidding if you're not involved in it.
Raptor says the way it works is that auctions don't end until every auction has ended. So basically, any bid on any item prolongs extended bidding for all items. That's unique. So that's unique to Premier Auction because I know that's not the way the weekly goes. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're saying unique, but what you really mean is stupid.
Like soccer, you don't know how much time is left. Yeah. There's just going to be a random whistle blow. That's it. All right. Hope you bid.
Yeah, something's weird here. Yeah, because the time is not changing.
So, all right, let's take a Raptor, look. It might be done. This might be done at this point, or no?
Yeah, it might be done. I can't even go back. Oh, wait. Oh, boy. Now my computer's being weird. All right. Hopefully, like, Foot Finder doesn't open up. All right, hold on.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, just a random whistle is going to signal the end of it.
Yeah, okay, so here we go.
Exactly double. That's crazy.
Yeah, so yes, it's almost double. That is nuts, right? So like, same thing. We don't know how much time is left.
This is going to go all night. Okay, this is going to go all night. So feel free to keep bidding on those while we're finishing up our
I'll leave this here and we can see if the numbers change.
Okay.
All
right. So from an expert, a high-end expert, as it were. Usually a lot of bidding at the very end from 8:30 to 9:30 Pacific.
Yeah. Oh, let's throw a bid in there, Jeff, and see what happens.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, that's what that says. Throw a bid. Okay. MVPs. Non-Ohtani.
Yeah, for the National League, Jeff and I agreed we would do a dark horse and then our pick, but we cannot pick Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
So obviously, Shohei Ohtani is probably even money to win the NL MVP, but we're not going to do that. So who do you got, Jeff?
All right, and to be honest, I looked around. I mean, okay, my pick. I'm going to go with my pick first, and it's my pick, the same pick I've had the last 2 years, and that's Juan Soto winning an MVP this year. He showed some MVP stuff last year, finished in the top 5. I feel like he's comfortable in his new digs, and I like for him to finally get that MVP, and that would go a long way towards cementing his status as one of the elite players.
Okay, I have no notes. Everything you said, I think makes perfect sense, but that's not who I'm picking at all. Will Z Sports Cards, it says he wants us to bid on that PSA 10, and he says he'll pay for the divorce lawyers if you win. Will you also pay for me to have a place to live?
What about the card itself, too?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. FNS Sports Card says Jackson Churio. He's a little disappointed you didn't pick him. I am going Homer City, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going with an Atlanta Brave. I believe Matt Olson is going to win the MVP this year. I think he's going to put up an absolutely disgusting season.
Wow.
He's really upset about what happened last year. He made some adjustments in the offseason. I think we're looking at a huge, huge Matt Olson season. He's going to be the guy that holds this team together till Acuna comes back and then just puts up absolutely gaudy power numbers. So I'm saying Matt Olson for the MVP.
We've seen another 50 home run season out of
I think Olson? So. I do. I really think so.
Wow. That's great. That's
the comment I saw. I didn't see who it was at first. I will not forget the last baseball game I attended with my father. He's still alive, but he's not in shape to go to a baseball game again. Acuna doubled, and there were back-to-back walks in the first inning. And Matt Olson comes up. This was 2023. And I got out of my chair. We're sitting in front of the chop house. I got out of my chair just in case. And my phone was there. And I got a text from my wife. And she said, like, how, basically, I'll edit it. She's like, how is Olson going to F this up? Is the text that I saw. And then Matt Olson hit a ball like 90 feet over our heads for a grand slam. And my dad was just like absolutely screaming. Like, I think at first he thought he was going to get beheaded by the ball, but it just kept going. So it's one of my like favorite recent memories of my dad, like him just going nuts about this Matt Olson grand slam as my wife texts, assuming completely that Matt Olson was going to like blow the game. So because of that fond memory and how I've seen him look in spring training, I'm going Matt Olson for the MVP.
Great story. Great story. My backup, I mean, so yes, my heart is saying Churio as my dark horse, but I just don't know if the power is going to be there yet. I think he's an MVP. I think he's a future MVP, but I'm just not sure if he's going to do it yet. Okay. The guy who I think might, who's not a favorite, who could win it, even over his teammate, would be Mookie Betts. We get a full season out of Mookie. He was on an MVP trajectory last year. This year he's going to be playing shortstop, so he's going to get a WAR bump. I'm worried about this sickness. I'm glad he's got a full week to recover before opening day. So yeah, Betts is my guy. I want to see Churio have a great year, and I think he will be an MVP, just not this year.
By the way, I just want to point out Tim's F Giants mem pointing out that I fully predicted Freddie Freeman would have a Kirk Gibson moment. I didn't think it would be quite like that. But that's the one thing I got right in the entirety of last season. Basically, last year of my life. Yep. Got that one right. So yeah, dark horse. I love these. This is really fun to me. My dark horse is another slightly older player, but I do think if he's fully healthy this year, he was not healthy for like the first 2 months of last year. I think he has the ability, now that he's back in the field, to pull the Padres into the playoffs. So my dark horse is Manny Machado. Could be a potential sort of like a career-defining MVP if he can get that team into a wild card.
It would absolutely be. That's awesome. Yeah.
After they did nothing, the ownership they're fighting in court like a bunch of babies. If he steps up and gets them into the playoffs, that would be an incredible story. But I can see 35 homers, 120 RBIs out of that team.
I would love it. Him and Tatis make a great duo, and throw Merrill in there. Yeah. Raptors calling out your pick, saying Matt Olson should be your dark horse. But if it's who he thinks is going to win,
listen, come back to me in September, okay?
All right, and next year we'll have Raptor on, so all three of us can make picks.
Oh, okay? We should totally do that. Yeah, Raptor, you're penciled in for this next year.
You're gonna have to clear your schedule, clear your Jeremy Lee show, and get over here with us.
All right. So Jeff, we got rookies of the year. So for those of us who like prospecting, let's talk about this. Settle down, Raptor. Don't beat me up. Let's talk about the young guys, that we think are going to step up this year. I want to know who you guys like. Yeah, dude, me too. I want that experience again of watching a Matt Olson ball go over my head was really, really exciting. And I want to see it again.
I'm getting an angry Raptor. my American League, I kind of based it on what Chris said during our fantasy draft the other night, that somebody's got to play for the Yankees, and maybe it's Dominguez time to shine. So I'm going to go with a little Jason Dominguez for my pick. Couple dark horses though. Cam Smith has looked great. I feel like he's going to be, if he gets playing time, which he certainly should, he'll be in the mix. And Chris told me, so I might be using your info, that Marcelo Mayer has been taking reps at second base, and if he finds a way to stick in that lineup, he could make a run as well.
Marcelo Mayer is my pick.
Okay.
I think he's the best pure hitter of those three guys, and I think the Red Sox are going to force his way into the lineup one way or the other. And if the biggest impediment to him playing is Trevor Story staying on the field, I think we can just assume that Marcelo Mayer is going to play. That's like the guy who's backing up Royce Lewis. Like you're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Story kind of seems like he's on the Anthony Rendon plan without the angst. He just can't be out there.
Those are strong words, Jeff. Those are strong words. Yeah, I like Marcelo Mayer a lot, and my dark horse was going to be the dude Cam Smith. Cam Smith is great. I love the Dominguez pick too. By the way, we have not seen Jason Dominguez play a full season. I'm excited, even though I don't like the Yankees. I want to see what he can do. And the other guy was mentioned in our chat, and I want to. Paul Domenico, Domenico said everyone has forgotten about Evan Carter. Evan Carter was a big reason why the Texas Rangers won the World Series in 2023. And he
can't still qualify, can he?
I bet he still does. I don't think he had 150 at bats last year. He sure as shit didn't in 2023. So I think he does still qualify. And that's a great dark horse pick from Paul Domenico there. We've all forgotten how good Evan Carter was because last year he got hurt and was terrible.
I don't see him on the odds list.
I'm getting a lot of anger
off the board.
Things that might happen because of predictions that I've made. He won't get busted for PEDs. Don't worry. Michael Stone, trying to click on. Oh, he's too far up. Yeah, Caglione for the Royals would be another really interesting rookie this year.
If he gets up, yeah.
If he gets up. You know, they want him to. They're trying to get him some outfield reps.
Raptors are already putting his picks in for next year.
I believe Jay Marble that Roman Anthony is going to start in AAA. I don't know. I'm not sure who they're going to put in left field, but I don't think it's him. It might be Duran actually playing left.
Yeah, Evan Carter not eligible. But he could be a dark horse MVP candidate, Chris.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Well, Paul Domenico, then I have to retract all the positive things I said about your pick. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
All right. National League. What are you going with?
Okay. What I wrote down. I think you sort of like pseudo predicted I was going to say. Matt Shaw, the Cubs. I will say I liked him a lot more before I saw him play.
Oh,
his stance has a lot of Craig Counsell to it.
It does?
It's a very strange stance. Yeah. Bats high, front foot kind of on his toe. Weird. But I liked him a lot based on what I read and what I statistically saw. And then I watched him in Tokyo. And I was like, maybe not. But I mean, I think Sasaki's like I don't think either of us wanted to pick Sasaki because it seems really obvious. So we're trying to find someone else. I still like Matt Shaw, especially in fantasy.
Everybody's talking about James Wood, but he does not qualify, Chris. But his teammate does.
Yeah.
Dylan Cruz, and that's who I'm picking.
Yeah, James Wood played a lot last year.
Yeah, so Kimberly, Jay Marble, I'll say James Wood. I'm 99% sure he does not qualify.
Yeah, I believe as well. I didn't think he was still. He has his rookie cards this year.
Yeah.
Oh, Kimberly Somerville. So our buddy Filmington has been all over this guy.
He's been raving about Wolcott.
Sebastian Wolcott. If you're in dynasty keeper leagues, this is a guy you should be targeting. Around round 20. Yep. A couple years away, but going to be exciting.
Raptors got a question for you. I know where Chris is going to go on this one. Brent Rooker going to be good again this year, or last 2 years a fluke?
I think we're going to see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Dunedin numbers.
Wow.
That's what we're going to see from Brent Rooker this year. He's going to be a man playing in a child's ballpark. So, yeah, I'm expecting 45 home runs out of Brent Rooker.
So go get him if you still have a fantasy draft.
Yeah.
Or not.
In about two and a half, maybe 3 weeks, he'll qualify in the outfield.
Chris. Oh, and my dark horse was Matt Shaw, but we didn't do the American League MVP. So want to do that
You're right,
quick?
we didn't. We did not.
Yeah.
Okay. We probably picked the same guy.
I'm going with the Royals.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I went with
Bobby
Bobby
Witt
Witt
Jr.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned earlier that the Royals might have the best pitcher and hitter in the league, and that may very well be the case. I'm going with Bobby Witt. He just seems to get better and better every year. And my dark horse is a guy for another team I like, which we've talked about, the Mariners. J-Rod, a bounce back season, putting up some MVP numbers. So I like both those guys.
Quality picks. I want to point out Crawfish 777 for I don't know if it's intentional, but that is the worst spelling of Spencer Schwellenbach's name that I've seen tonight. And about 15 people mentioned him in the comments. And this
Thunderbunk.
Yeah, this is Thunderbunk-esque right here. That's really bad. He is also not rookie eligible. I think he was runner-up last year. He pitched way too much to be eligible this year. Some people mentioning how could we not say Judge? I think the Yankees are an absolute train wreck this year, and I think I don't want to get into it, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. My dark horse
Soto is big too.
Yeah. My dark horse. It was mentioned in the comments, but my dark horse here is Devers. I know he's mostly going to DH, but I think he's going to be angry, and he's going to take it out on baseballs. And if the Red Sox run away with that division, he's going to hit. He hit 25 home runs at the All-Star break last year, Jeff.
He was on a monster season before the shoulder.
Yeah. Now he doesn't have to play defense. Some guys can't do that, but I think he's going to be just fine.
Yeah. I think he's good. Thanks, Curator. Yeah, we're going to wrap up here soon too. I appreciate all these picks. The Rendon, I'm not sure about that dark horse. I like J-Rod to have a good year this year. I
think the Rendon comments were saying he should still be eligible for Rookie of the Year because he hasn't crossed the at-bat threshold in the last 5 years.
Well, he made American League Rookie of the Year. He hasn't crossed in the American League, right? So,
yeah, Royal Benjamin. This is a really interesting case as well. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I can see it. I can see it very easily. This dude seems motivated by both getting to the playoffs and getting that paycheck. And I can't fault him for either one.
A lot of some more Rooker love.
Oh, yeah.
Trout and Buxton combined for 162 games and get co-MVP in historic shared season.
You combine their numbers. That's really funny.
I think, Jonathan, this is what Chris was saying about Rooker for sure. I mean, he's already established, but there's probably a couple other guys. I don't know the A's roster well enough, but yeah, there probably are a couple guys who are going to have big seasons there.
At least the home runs are going to go up. Like for him, for Lawrence Butler, for Langoliers, for Geloff, there's going to be more home runs. Absolutely. The Coliseum, the amount of foul territory alone, Jeff, is just being removed now. Any foul ball you hit, you're out.
A big chunk of outs that are no longer going to be outs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. It's a huge deal. And the fences are shorter and they're closer and shorter. Yeah. Soderstrom even, let's throw that name out there. He got a chance for 20 home runs. So and also
Langoliers, how many is Langoliers going to hit? He could hit 30 home runs.
Yeah, absolutely. He could hit 30 home runs. And by the way, don't sleep on the Rays either. The Rays are playing all their home games in the Yankees spring training park. So if you look at someone like Brandon Lau, I mean, there's a really good chance he puts up a career high in home runs at 81 games. I
don't know how that park plays. Does it play pretty small?
Yeah, I mean it's a spring training park. Yeah, it's gonna play.
I know I know the crowd is small there, but I don't know if
for the Rays, honestly though, Jeff, they won't notice really that much of a difference, except now they can see fly balls.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So that should always help. Yeah, John Fry says Soderstrom's gonna hit 25 easy. I don't even know. We might be underselling it. I mean, we don't know how the park's gonna play, but also Oakland's freezing in August and September. Oakland is freezing and windy. Sacramento will not be. Sacramento's going to be hot as hell. Ball's going to carry. I don't know what's out of the realm of possibility, but I made an effort to trade for Rooker in one of my keeper leagues. I tried to trade for him in the other, and I got rebuffed.
FNS Sports Card says the Yankees ballpark played small tonight. Home runs left and right for both teams. So that's a good point. Let's look for some Rays.
Yeah, I mean, you got Caminero, by the way.
Yeah. Oof, what a nice boost for him.
A nice boost for him, but it also could end up being a season that looks a lot like Guerrero's Dunedin season. Was it Dunedin? It was Dunedin, wasn't it?
And Buffalo.
Buffalo season. Yeah, the two of them. Yeah. Joe Bob F with one of my favorite sleepers of the year. Yeah. Jacob Wilson's guy, starting shortstop for the A's. You've never heard of him. You can grab him at around 280 in your fantasy league. Put him on your bench and just see what happens.
Yeah. Mike D says Jacob Wilson also. Cameron might hit 35 in that park. All right, we're going long, but Chris, one thing I want to do this year that we didn't do last year is check in on these picks mid-season.
Yes.
We'll check in on our individual picks as well as the team picks, see how we're doing, see how far off we are, see how many of our picks are remaining in lineups, how many of them are healthy.
I made a note that Raptor absolutely hates almost every pick that I made.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Twins. Oh, that's Jack Wilson's son. I didn't know that. Jack Wilson.
Yeah. By the way, random factoid, I played a slow pitch softball game against Jack Wilson.
Absolute legend.
Yes, ridiculous. I talked about Spencer Strider looking like Adam Sandler playing dodgeball against kids, but Jack Wilson, his team put him in center field for slow pitch. He obviously ran down everything. He threw out 4 of our guys on the bases. Like his arm was, and he was 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. And his last at bat, the pitcher just wouldn't throw him anything. Like it was absurd. And that's like a defensive specialist. That's how stupid. Like all these guys should be playing slow pitch. Dan Ogla should be playing slow pitch softball more than anyone else in the world. I think
just the skill level to make it to the major leagues, even if you're not an all-star, even if you're not an MVP, just the skills. Jack
Wilson caught a ball at the fence and flat-footed threw out a runner on one hop at the plate. And it wasn't close. And that's literally a 300-foot fence. I was very impressed.
One more question from Raptor. Who was your NL Cy Young pick again, Chris? I may not have hated that one.
We both picked Zach Wheeler.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, I partially picked it to jinx him. But I don't think it's going to have any effect because Zach Wheeler is just a machine.
Great last year, even when you picked him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think these auctions are still going. Chris will check in next week to see how they went.
Yeah, I don't see.
They might go all night at this rate, and the Skeens might just keep going. So congratulations to the kid.
Yeah, seriously, what a pull! What a pull!
You got to listen. Go back and listen, Will Z. No, we decided to pick non-Otani.
Non-Otanis. Yeah. Jeff said Soto. I said Matt Olson.
Yeah.
Dark horses were Machado and who's your dark horse, Jeff? I forget.
Betts. Maybe Churio. Very dark. Very dark.
Yeah, that's a better dark horse. Yeah. Hold on. There's those up there. Always funny. All right.
Jeremy says Gunnar. We didn't talk about Gunnar a lot. He's got a great chance.
Yep.
He'll be right up there too.
Hey, I worry about intercostal, like oblique type injuries in spring training because the inclination by the player is always to hurry back because you want to be there on opening day, but you're better off just nursing it for another 2 weeks and then coming back,
Yeah.
Pardon me, at full strength. Yeah.
And I don't think there's going to be one that beats Skeens, to be honest with you. The hype on this patch is
outrageous.
Even Sasaki, I don't think he'll get there. He'll get a lot more international interest, maybe, but
no. I mean, it's hard to imagine a rookie being more of a phenom than what we saw from Skeens. I mean, if Mayer hits 400, maybe, but that's not going to happen. We got to be realistic.
Yeah. Raptor was supposed to be an Air Force navigator, but his knees suck. So Raptor is him in another multiverse.
The hell were you using your knees for navigating in the Air Force? I mean, was this a pedal plane? What are we talking about here? Anyway, yeah.
All right, guys.
Case says Betts is going for his 4th ring, and he's probably going to get it. And I bet he retires. That'll be a really interesting situation. He could retire with like 7 rings.
Anyway, I thought you were going to say retires after getting his 4th ring, just leaving. I'm like, I don't think he's going to walk off into the sunset now.
No, I don't think so. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll let us know in the comments what your picks are for this season, please. Put them down there. Maybe we can go back and actually find people that made the correct picks and send them something.
That would actually be really fun. We should do that. If anyone in the comments gets it right. Yeah. And Slice of Piazza, please message us with your mailing address so we can get you your trivia winnings.
Great job on trivia. Yep. And with that, anything else you want to say?
Hey, call your parents this weekend. You'll be glad you did. I'm sure something interesting happened to one of them that they want to talk about. And they're going to want to tell you over and over again. So just expect that, and it's going to be great.
Probably not as great as a ball going over your head at a ballpark, but
No.
like that. All right, see you guys.
Eyebrows optional.